even sing it for you.
He can. He'll probably get either that or remove you.
I heard Mike Jackson do some crazy stuff.
Little boys.
That is not, we ain't doing that. You laugh?
I play
Bro.
the triangle and percussion.
You laugh?
Yes.
Is that how our live started for real?
Yes.
That's
cool. That's not what? That's not cool.
I mean, organic is everything, man.
Hey,
Listen,
welcome to the show. This is the Williest.
It's your boy Cajun.
Mr. Sheriff.
Hey, introduce him, right? So we got a special guest.
Yes, sir.
He can come to your house, turn.
Nah, this happens every episode.
It does. He can come to your house and cook some shit up out of nothing. He made a whole Thanksgiving dinner out of beef stock. Okay, listen to me. I'm fucking with you.
For the big,
we all with
that's true though.
Los the chef.
What's up, everybody?
for the big bone women,
damn
he
it.
give you something.
I had all that time and didn't set up the air horn.
Damn. So if you don't know who this individual is, he's a major factor into this to our community in Pittsburgh, man. Big deal type shit. Is most definitely you gonna get some information up out of us and him about what he do. So make sure you tune in and respect what he got to do or what he says. If you got any questions, you already know what to do.
And make sure you
like
this shit.
Share this shit.
You're gonna share it.
And join the fuck in. You know what I'm saying?
Or
So
choke
Los,
on a glizzy.
What's up?
damn, that escalated.
Hey, don't point it out.
So Los, how you feeling, man?
Man, I'm not gonna lie. I would say I'm tired, but I'm not. I'm blessed as fuck.
Bless his fuck.
Shit, okay.
Yeah, like to say
That's an
I'm
aggressive
tired.
blessing right there, my
It
guy.
is.
Cause
Do you
man,
believe in white Jesus, my
no,
brother?
No, it's still Black History Month.
Is it?
Got the extension pack.
It's still Black History Month.
He did not say so Black Jesus is a DLC character.
You got the stimulus month.
So so Los, man, tell the people who you are, man. Tell them what you got going
Man,
on.
most importantly, I'm a father.
Ooh,
Ooh, I heard.
talk heavy.
I heard.
Yeah, I gotta shout out to my kids, Root. But I'm a father. I'm a chef. I'm a activist. I'm a community member. I'm a all around. Just I care. Like I'm your brother. Like everybody loves Chef Los. I think hopefully maybe.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
So that's a good possibility.
I'm
That's
a
a very-
Pisces, and people don't like
that's
that.
a very important thing.
Ain't
Well,
that a fish?
listen to me.
Yeah.
Listen to me.
You a pescatarian?
Is what?
He's a Pisces.
If anybody's still making genuine decisions off a zodiac sign,
I mean, listen.
listen, you ain't about to say and tell me you ain't. Never mind. He said he was married. Never mind. I'm
Getting there.
Look, I almost saying some crazy ass shit just now. What is it that you do so people know exactly, like what type of cooking style?
I'm
do
a
you
private
run
chef. Mostly what I do is offer, and that was just funny. I was just having this conversation earlier. Somebody asked me like, "What kind of food do I?" And I'm like, "Man, I cook everything." But I think what's more important about what I do is I offer services.
Yeah.
Like being able to offer my intellect is way better than any food. Like I can always learn how to cook food. We all can. Like reality.
Some people.
No, I mean if we really, we ain't gonna get into that right now. But you're right. Because don't touch the mac and cheese unless you got like 3, 4, 5 years experience at minimum 3.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, but I
feel
offer
like there's some shots
services.
behind that. But we won't let it ride.
I mean, there was.
Ooh,
Damn.
Understandable.
Like if the shoe fits.
talk heavy.
Look, but I offer services, and like I guess my services go far because of who I am and my willing to just not stop. Like I said, I'm a father, an activist, a mentor, all these other things. Chef just happens to be my vehicle to get into what else I'm doing.
And while he was just saying what he was saying, I just dropped his link and it's pinned there. Check out his website, Personal Chef.
Yeah.
He has shirts, consultation. He's gonna add me to the menu. I'm gonna be on that page.
Don't you do it?
See, what? I want to be on the back page of it. So
Oh,
Did we say
back
back page?
He did. That was
that was smooth. We
That
slid
was
that in there smooth.
So if you want like a romantic night and don't have a counterpart,
His Uncle Trump got rid of Backpage though.
Hey, I thought about OnlyFans, but
that would be dope.
That-
OnlyFans.
Well, you
feel
can
like-
still you can still
yeah.
do a Patreon.
but it's really
Whoa.
Well, no. Hold on.
I
Don't be
know about
discouraged.
Patreon. That sounds
Hold
racist.
on. Oh, I never thought about it like that.
Patreon sounds real racist.
I'm gonna be honest with you though. Don't take away what you can do with OnlyFans just because of how they approach it now.
And that's true.
You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
I feel like the
I mean, you might have to go in there shirtless, but
I mean, nah, we ain't doing that.
He said,
But I
said,
feel like
"Oh,
it's really just about
that-
how you market it
that
and
fucking
just like
oil
what people
splash is
into.
crazy.
Because like people buy pictures of feet, and it's like
Jermaine Dupri, he's doing it. Like he's doing like an OnlyFans behind the scenes.
yeah, ain't no wrong with
it's
that. I
pretty
mean,
much,
they might be like, "Man, I ain't the meat I was expecting to see."
it's pretty
but-
much like paid. I wouldn't say it's like paid Clubhouse because you can't interact back, but it's
Yeah.
more.
You
it's
can't
like
interact on OnlyFans. I don't know how it works.
It's a one
I
way.
don't-
It's
well,
like a one way camera.
it's
get
just
to
like
watch.
you literally
Yeah.
just watch.
Yeah.
See, I don't know nothing about.
It's pretty
it.
much
I
like
don't-
it's basically Instagram charging you to scroll through your.
So
that's
why?
crazy.
I never understood it. So why?
But you
Did,
subscribe to certain people, so you paying them, not OnlyFans. They paying them. But
Yeah.
so
that's another story.
why did back in the days when people used to drill holes through the locker rooms and look through the girls?
It's called a glory hole.
Yeah. So why? That's the same thing as
that
OnlyFans.
is not a
That
glory
is
hole.
not.
That is not a glory hole. This is a terrible discussion.
It is. Y'all never seen a glory
What's
hole?
up? What's up, Ash?
That's
On
not a glory hole.
pornos, but I ain't never been in the bathroom. And go, oh, I just.
anyway,
we straying away from what we need.
I was at cruise and I looked through and the motherfucker. The dude was like, "There goes a little balloon animal."
So
Wow.
so you said you're a private chef now.
Yeah.
Now does that mean like people can book you or?
Yeah. So like you book me, like you booking me. The food just come extra.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
Wait, what?
Hey, wait
Yeah,
a minute.
I'm-
Hold on.
Wait, what?
like I sell.
I don't
mean,
like how Greg came in this motherfucker.
I solicit myself, kinda. I guess if that's really how you want to get down.
Well,
to
that's
it.
different. I never really heard of that type of lane that's coming from a
no,
chef
but
though.
it's really me selling my personality.
Yeah.
I mean, I do sell my food. That's up and foremost because that's who I am. I can cook. I'll probably outcook y'all grandma, but
Oh,
that's
Hey,
no shade.
one time for the one time. Watch him out, bro.
Hold
My
up.
bad.
Go like this.
You don't got the wings. You don't got the wings, brother. You don't got the wings to make that
But
statement.
nah, I'm joking. It's funny because my college roommate, shout out to Fu, and his fiance, they getting married soon. But
his name is Food.
yeah, Fu,
Oh.
F-U, Fred Underwood, who's an amazing poet, by the way. But
Right.
nah, so when he is, I'm gonna tell this story. I don't give a fuck.
Oh,
Fuck.
shit.
I mean, if they care, whatever. But when they first met, like I met them. Well, when I'm first, I don't know the timeline, but I first met her, and she told me, she was like, "Damn, I ain't never had nobody cook like my grandma." So I just start saying like, "Yo, I'll cook your grandma," because she from Brooklyn,
Hey.
and I know if I'm out cooking some
Ooh.
Brooklyn,
Hey, bro,
grandma,
you might want to throw that on the shirt, bro.
yeah, like I might.
Like legit trademark
Yeah.
that, and I'm only saying that because that's like a catcher. Like somebody read that, you be like, what? Motherfucker, what?
After you get over wanting to fight him, you ask questions.
Yeah, like,
I
what?
feel
Say,
that.
oh, so
Like,
you could cook. Oh, Greg want to know why I don't like how he came in because he called us porch niggas.
wow, because I'm light skinned.
No.
Too much
Holy
light?
shit, we
Oh,
this
wow.
escalated. this escalated.
Man, listen.
Porch trapping, but we are not porch niggas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
I'll forever trap on the porch.
don't listen. That's my cousin. Don't. We supposed to be family. So you also said that you're a community activist though, also, right?
Yeah.
So what is I seen that you got feed the hood.
Yeah.
So what is that?
So Feed the Hood is a multiple different things, but mostly we focus on food. We focus on a lot of different dynamics of food insecurity. Food insecurity comes like everybody looks at food insecurity. Oh, like, oh, you ain't got enough food, but like, nah, food insecurity is not even having the knowledge of food, and what you're putting into your body.
Mhm.
That's how I think about food insecurity because of my relationship with food. So there's also accessibility. There's also money. The fact that we have to pay for food in America, like that's crazy.
Like we talking about like the bottom line food or
Yeah, like a simple, like an apple. Bro,
Okay,
you can go
okay.
outside and pick an
Okay.
apple off of a tree.
yeah.
So
why are
not
we being
paying-
charged
'cause
for
you're
that?
paying- yeah, you're really just. It's not even that you're being charged for it. You're paying somebody else to do it. So you're not only paying for, and that's why I said I'd rather sell myself than sell food, because food should be free.
Yeah.
Like if I can get you to pay me for what I'm worth and what I know and what I'm bringing to the table, the food is just an asset.
Okay.
Like, you could find anybody to, like, not being like really being honest. Like, there's 1,000 chefs. I know a couple of them are my friends. So it's like, what makes me different from them is like I'm different. Like I'm what's different. We can literally have the same ingredients in a basket, and I'm putting me on that plate. They putting them on that plate, but they're putting them on that plate in a different way. Me, I'm coming with, my heart, my first and foremost, I put love in all my food.
You can definitely taste love.
Unless I hate you.
You can definitely taste emotion in food.
Yeah, and that's energy transfer. Like all these things that we know about energy and how, and that's really what Feed the Hood focuses on.
Energy transfer.
Yeah,
I've been trying to kill my kid's mom for I don't know how long.
Here we go.
Every time I cook for her, I had aggression behind
I'm
it.
not gonna lie and say I ain't. Never mind.
No,
don't you let that man influence you.
One of the people watching, he said, "Do you do infused foods?"
Yes.
Okay.
However, I smoke weed like most of the other people in Pittsburgh. And I don't get into the milligrams and all that. Like, so I'll literally just throw it in there.
Woo!
Like,
This nigga's crazy.
I'm one of them. So listen.
Somebody take a bite of this brownie and be like, "Hey man,
look, I buy my butter.
Is that a dragon outside?"
I don't even make my own oil. It's time consuming.
Yeah,
trust me. Do you make butter at home? The fuck? Like,
and it stinks the house up.
Yeah, so I buy my butter and I buy my oil, and then I cook according to how much butter what I'm making.
Recipe take. Yeah.
How much THC that is. Like,
how high you
niggas
want
be
to
rubbing
be?
balls.
Exactly. Like,
how
but
high
I
you
just
want to be?
Listen. I ain't never been to no hospital. I really don't get sick.
Yeah.
Were you breastfed?
No,
not
even the least bit.
Okay.
Yeah, like I don't. There's just certain, like, the way I eat. Like, I don't eat a lot. Like, my girl will be screaming at me. She text me before we got here. Did you eat?
Now is that because you chef or?
Yeah, I get tired of food so easily.
Yeah,
I'm an ex-chef. I know.
It kind of you get burnt out. Like, I don't even want to deal with it.
I hate food.
You probably don't want.
I used to be a pastry.
I'm tired of the taste.
He loves serving people.
I do.
He just don't want to eat it himself.
I used to be a pastry.
Damn, I don't think I helped your case just now, but
I used to be a pastry chef.
It's really because of like to see some variety in things. Like, if I cook, I'm gonna eat my style of cooking all the time. So another thing, shout out to supporting Black businesses. I rather support Black chefs.
Yeah.
As a chef, because I know how hard it is, especially for, like, I got a mentee down in Atlanta. Shout out to Nazim. And I just came from down there, and he's doing his stuff. This man's got 2 jobs working on just growing. And when you think about, what it takes to make it in Pittsburgh, like, it ain't that easy. He's only 22.
Yeah.
And the fact
Atlanta, that's like the Mecca. Like,
yeah, so like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, so the fact that he was able to make that move, he was working for me last year. I'll get into that, what Feed the Hood did. He was working, came to me, was like, "Yeah, I'm moving to Atlanta next week." It's like, "Bro, you just came from vacation from Atlanta." He's like, "Yeah, well, I'm out." It's like, what?
Hey, I ain't even mad at him, bro.
I ain't mad at him either.
You know what?
But I also feel like like I said, it's important to support them as chefs, like, in the struggle, because
and chase your dreams.
People ain't support. I mean, I ain't saying this food's nasty, but like, when you think about what it took for me for people to pay for my food, shit, I'd had to do a lot.
Yeah.
I think I had to do a lot for some people.
And he down there perfecting his craft.
And it's like, so I gotta pay homage to that. Like, and that's to every chef that I know, like, big, small. If I can afford you, I'm gonna book you.
Okay.
Because I like different things. I like, different varieties, and I don't want to always have to leave the city either.
Yeah. So let the people know, what side of town you from?
I'm originally from the east side. No, I do not claim the hill.
Yes, that was gonna be the next.
Next, I do not claim the
hill. What part of East?
I grew up in East Liberty for real, but like, I grew up in Homewood. So know how I used to sneak places your mom ain't know?
Yeah.
Shout out to my mom.
Well,
yeah, Homewood was one of those places I used to sneak. And I loved it. Like, I loved black culture, like, and there was black culture in Homewood. I mean, amidst the crack in the 90s and whatever that brought, there was black culture in Homewood. And just like, you can, in certain places, like, and this is to me, I get deep with shit. Like, so sound is one of those things. We on a podcast, so like it's important about what we say.
Yeah.
So sound is travels at like 600 miles per hour, and long story short, it never goes anywhere. It's our eternal being. It's our eternal soul. Like when all of this flesh and shit go away and our souls just out there floating, like our voices, it actually scientifically goes into a pitch that we can no longer hear. So it's just sitting up there. So that's where manifestation comes from. That's where, like, when you talk about, you know, really speaking that shit out, like, hell yeah, you gotta speak that shit out, or you will literally never do it.
Is that why people say they can hear dead people?
It's real shit. Like, I was down in Atlanta, I mentioned, and we were on this retreat center. It was owned by some church. Cool. But this church owned like 150 acres of land. I'm like, damn, I wonder how many dead bodies are under this soil. But I'll be honest with you, like, when I was down there, I don't want to say I don't sound creepy. It's like the bodies were speaking to me, but I could feel the earth.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Like it was a positive vibration, as though they were satisfied what was going on. Now, I think that was before the dumbass Georgia whatever governor passed that dumbass law.
Yeah.
But it felt like they were becoming at peace at what was going on. And I think for as a culture, we're going into, you know, where they're, but that's the same type of feeling I get from places in Pittsburgh, like the Hill District, Neffs, and like
I was about to say that,
and like Homewood.
He just gonna keep sliding that in there.
I mean, I'm a shout out to all the hoods in Pittsburgh, because that's what it's really about. Like this, we created this neighborhood shit, like, and we got to get rid of it, like, or they're going to keep it like fucking with us about it, like. We got 90. Can y'all know, we got 90 fucking neighborhoods in Pittsburgh. You know, Pittsburgh is like 3 miles long.
Pittsburgh ain't nothing but a big ass pimple.
Yeah, it's a pimple on the road. But it's just we got to get rid of that shit to really, you know, bring together blackness and culture and business and all the economics. Like, yeah, we got to get rid of that whole 90s vibe of
the thinking of the
whole thinking
neighborhood thinking. Yeah.
So homies, Neff, cuz I
progression. He is boys, girls.
Man, wow.
But
I hear you.
Yeah, I mean, and it's really like just about respecting black people for who they are and what they are. Like, I've been to some crazy amazing cities like New York, Harlem, and it's just black people being black people, gay, trans. And I really think of coming back to Pittsburgh. Listen, bro, I know, but coming, like, you wouldn't even know if you was in New York, you wouldn't even know.
Oh,
I promise you,
I'm on your side, because with the gay and trans shit, like I tell everybody, if you go back,
my business.
If you go back to the 80s movies, there's even a gay there's a transgender in Notorious B.I.G.'s video, and nobody said anything until recently. And so we just don't care.
We shouldn't give a fuck.
We don't. But there's a there's a thing that paints black men as being homophobic, and we just don't give a fuck.
And I think I think it is our ignorance, like the shit that we say, the jokes that we make, that gets us in trouble. And I think we have to be accountable for that.
Shit, I don't joke about it because I don't think about it.
But I also think about like what Dave Chappelle said about like, I make fun of everybody. Like when there are people that only make fun of gay and trans people.
Yeah,
like that's fucked up. But when you're Dave Chappelle on a public, national, worldwide platform, and you literally make fun of black, gay, Jewish, white, Hispanic, whoever the fuck, then fucking laugh, because that's you're gonna be miserable as fuck.
It seems like you're past the sensitivity of America right now.
I'm way past fuck America. Listen, and the only reason I say this,
God damn, I think he just fucked up the algorithm.
No, not even. And I'm saying fuck America because, like, America.
You realize this shit gets transcript.
America. Yeah, damn. Right. I love America. So, America. But, like, no, like, America does have some great qualities to it. It just has a lot of stuff that.
Well, let's not blame America. Let's blame the people.
That's facts, because I mean,
Americans,
yeah, and the people that think that they have ownership to land that belongs to everybody, Anglo-Saxons.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a cold fact.
So
yeah, like we got to stop colonizing shit.
So let me ask you this, right? And you're a chef. So who would you consider to be your idol when it comes to in the world of chefing?
I have
no Ramsey.
No, it would be nobody famous.
Okay.
Yeah. They never really taught me shit. So my idol. All right, cool. So I have this cool story. Cooking really saved my life. Like it was wrestling and cooking. That's pretty much all I did in high school. I didn't do Spanish. I didn't go to none of them classes. Like I was one of them kids that cut class in classes that he wanted to take versus just leaving school. Like just put me in this class. And that's kind of what happened with cooking. I just used to skip class in there for like 2-3 years. And they was just like, you know what? You always in there. He's going to put you in there.
Mm-hmm.
So they put me in there. And I met Chef Kevin Watson. And he explained like everything, like from the hat to the coat to the shoes to like just he was Black Chef God. Mm-hmm. So
what school was this?
I went to Peabody.
Okay.
I graduated from Peabody. Shout out to the class of 09. Yeah, so he was there and it was like, all right, cool. He explained, 75 ways to cook an egg. That's what the hat stands, the 75 folds. And
75. What the fuck is 75 folds?
So there's 75 in the tall chef hat.
Yeah.
There's not really 75 because I actually fucking counted. They
Somebody got lazy. Somebody got lazy and said, let's go with 75.
But 75 folds in the hat stands for 75 ways of cooking egg. I don't know the 75 ways, but I know about 10 maybe. Poached, boiled, scrambled, hard boiled, soft boiled.
What is that scrambled?
I don't know if scrambled with cheese counts. So.
Fried, yeah. You say fried.
All right, quick question:
fried,
is there a difference between sunny side up and over easy?
Yes.
All right, because I thought they was the same fucking thing.
Nah, sunny side up is more. It's less done.
It's like seamanish.
Yeah.
Right,
why you gotta do that?
Why?
I mean,
I don't understand.
Why can't you say it's a little thicker? Why?
He's not lying.
But why are you semen?
Because an egg is a semen.
No,
the egg is the egg. What the fuck?
So what came first, the chicken or the egg?
Can we not do this?
Whoever came in that chicken.
Which is so, and here's the fucked up thing about being a chef. Like, so much fucked up shit about food.
Facts.
So I want to say most of the dairy. All right, so there's something to milk. Do y'all drink milk?
No.
Good.
Oh man.
I eat ice cream like a motherfucker, even though I'm lactose intolerant. I'm not supposed to.
Almond milk, but almond milk or oat milk.
All right, I'm gonna say this for the people. Stop fucking drinking milk.
Yes.
That got milk shit that Kobe was doing man, R.I.P. Kobe.
Well, we got fooled back in the day, man.
Yeah, we got bamboozled because that shit is not good at all. And it's not good for you. So I used to spend some time when I was growing up, I used to spend some time on a dairy farm. And they artificially inseminate cows.
Yeah.
That's how they make money. They stick their little long hand down in there with a little thing and inseminate the cow. They got a nitrogen container full of cow semen.
Damn, it sounds like my kid's
That's
mother.
fucked up. The bull don't even have to get a chance to get his rocks off. They just
producing.
Yeah, and the apostle and shit. That's
so for any farmer that watches our show,
they're fucked up.
We didn't answer that question.
So we need to separate farming from, and I think that's another thing that, like, as a chef, it's our obligation to, farming and, slaughter are two different things.
Yeah. Are you all natural?
Depend on what you mean by all natural. I fuck butter up.
Well, I thought you did the all natural butter.
Whatever the fuck is.
But like you sit there and
also I'm talking about the
unsalted.
The ganja butter.
I believe it's not butter.
No, I don't fuck with that. That's that. Yo, my mom told me to stop eating margarine because like roaches won't even eat that shit.
Yep.
That's fucked up.
But my kid's mom ate that shit like a motherfucker. She sit there with the spoon.
Damn,
so I pulled up the 75 ways.
Hey, just so you know, Raja Woodford is in here, and she is a chef. She's a very, very great chef.
I've actually had her food.
Where?
We're not going to talk about that. But
that motherfucker. Every time I see her food, I ask, "Yo, can I get some?" It's no. I'm busy. Damn,
that's personal.
So she said, Raj Woodfork said, over easy is with the yolk. still semi-raw. Fried egg is with the yolk fully cooked.
Shout out to her. I don't know everything.
See, that's a lot better than the description he fucking gave us.
But she's very dope, chef. Yeah. Very dope.
I think, and I would like to
pull up, Ross.
I would like to clarify, like, all right, so I'm there's a difference. So I know Raj graduated from CIA. What's CIA? Her background, CIA, culinary.
I'm just saying,
Culinary Institute of America, which is like one of the best schools.
Just making sure it ain't the CIA we thinking of.
No, it's not that CIA. We don't do alphabet letters.
Oh, cocaine in America, baby.
It depends on what alphabet boys you talk about nowadays.
Where's the siren at?
Where's the buzzer?
Where's the siren at? But no,
the elemental peak.
So I actually went to school for
Kiana
restaurant hospitality management.
What's up, Mr. Danner?
You said you went to school for that?
Yeah, okay. Not culinary arts, which back then I was like, man, y'all ain't giving me no fucking certificate. I want a degree.
Mm-hmm.
And it really made sense because, like I made that statement earlier, like most people can cook. Like it's just depending on who likes it, because it's like singing. Y'all seen American Idol? A lot of motherfuckers got up there and was like, my parents said I'm the and I can, and they got it's same thing with cooking. Like my dad said this is the best
participation.
Yeah, said this GD eggs made my gosh darn grandma faint.
A better way,
loved it.
A better perspective is like whenever you say our grandmas will cook for us, and then you get married, and then you take your grandma's recipe over to the family, and you go, that ain't it.
Nah,
your mom ain't.
Nah.
What's good? What's good, Lando?
Is incomplete.
And it's really messed up when you grow up and you find out that your family members couldn't cook.
Facts.
Danner said, "Define changing who you are."
Oh no, the question. I got a question up on the screen.
Oh,
I don't know if anybody read it, but
is an opportunity worth ever? Oh shit, we could do that. Is an opportunity ever worth changing who you are?
And while we all read the screen, like this shit. Share this
as
shit.
in Danner. All right, well, I can answer this. For instance, let's talk about the situation with Ricky Smiley.
Yeah,
when Ricky Smiley tried to give one of his family members a potential job to make over $100,000 an hour
a year.
God
damn, that's a lot of money, brother.
I don't even know what that looked like.
Kiana said, "Hey,
$100,000 an hour. God, I would have cut the fuck out my hair. God damn. I don't need this. You need me to cut my eyebrows? I'm getting rid of them.
Them shits is gone.
My bad.
Every single one of these goddamn locks.
Hey, fuck that. But so he asked the individual, he told him, it's gonna be down, I think Atlanta or something like that, somewhere, relocating and everything.
Yeah.
But he said the one thing that he needs him to do is go to the barbershop and cut his locks off. And
that's a no for me, dog.
And he said the person's position, they didn't have nothing coming in. They were living with somebody else. They was down bad. Yeah, they was down bad, and they didn't want to do it. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't have did it either.
I mean, I understand that.
Wait.
I think. Well, there's a lot of people. A lot of people have. Once you grow it out, it becomes a belief thing.
This is my journey, bro.
Yeah, like there's a lot of people that what I mean. That it's a lot different than people getting braids.
I'll honestly say from the process of me growing my hair to locking, and I've only been locked for 3 years at this point. I've been through a lot of shit. But I've had to take care of this, and now I understand why women.
What up, Vale?
Why, especially black women, don't fucking play about their goddamn hair.
Well, it's their crown. That's what they say. It's their crown.
I mean, it's not even that. The shit is a lot of fucking work.
Well, the reason why I say crown though is because usually as a crown you take care of it. You know what I mean? And you don't want to ever lose it.
But it's, and I don't want to say it's more than a crown, but it's like what you put into your body is like the same shit you put into your hair, like. The crown, because of where it's at. But I think just the essence, because you got hair in your balls, you got to take care of that too.
Danner said, it's a no for me too. Remember my hair pics? Yeah, hell yeah, I remember your hair pics. Pause.
Like
you just said Bush. You got hair on your balls. You remember my hair pic?
Pause. Yeah, no, it was just one of those things. Like I was just giving a reference of what he was asking.
He should have cut his hair.
I would never. No,
there's a reason. Why would you go to somebody and ask for help and then he gives you help and then set the standard?
Well, I didn't know if did the person go to ask.
He went to him and he said, I'm down bad. I need help.
Because sometimes the help you ask for ain't the help you need.
You're right.
Mhm.
So don't ask for help then.
That's not
No,
maybe you asked
what?
the wrong-
That makes no sense.
That makes no sense.
It does make a lot of sense.
Nah.
Oh,
Because
no,
sometimes-
you just don't
No,
ask for
listen.
help.
Sometimes it may mean go to Atlanta, but it may not mean cut your hair to do it.
Why would you ask him for help then?
Because it may mean come to Atlanta. You got to read in between the
He,
lines.
he
bro.
probably wasn't thinking that this person would
Like,
ask him to
yeah.
cut his fucking
Yeah, like
locks.
what the fuck?
But there is no in between. Don't ask me for help then.
Nigga, your help
What?
shouldn't come with a stipulation.
Just because I asked you for help, just like you can say no, I'm not helping you. I can say, all right, I don't need your help.
Why are you asking somebody for a job?
Because you
to
can. It's an
Put,
option.
no. So if you're asking somebody to put you
I'm
on,
not gonna let you do this.
yeah.
bullshit.
I'm
not gonna let you do this
So
bullshit.
first of all, asking me to cut my hair is some white people shit anyway.
That's where I'm going with it.
No, but that wasn't his theory behind
And
it.
let me clear that up
no,
because
this-
let me
okay.
clear that up
I'm gonna let
because
y'all talk
white
about
people is a very
It's a broad
When I say
statement.
white people, I mean them racist ass people who do shit to put place in you being a
Well, if they
fucking
were,
person.
if you're not racist, you wouldn't get offended, right?
You'd be surprised. So
Oh, I know.
No, just because they say I'm not racist, don't mean they're not racist.
that's true too. Call it out. Call
That goes
it-
for
call it-
everybody,
call
every
it for what
race.
it is. So back to what I was saying. That is some white people shit. Like you asking me to do anything to alter who I am as a person when it doesn't. What is it going to do for you?
His wording, and I'm going through Ricky Smile. It was he
Go
wanted
ahead.
him to start fresh.
Mhm.
That's not starting fresh.
That is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
If-
Maybe cutting maybe an inch because my locks are too long is starting fresh. But cutting my entire crown,
He
It's not
didn't
starting
say
fresh.
cut it all off. But
Yes, he
Yes,
did.
he did.
No. What he was saying
Yes,
is
he
like
did.
Yes, he did.
he was saying get his style to look nice in a sense.
No, he said he did not like locks, so he doesn't want him representing him with locks. Cut them off.
No, he didn't say that.
Yes, he did.
Oh, pull the video up.
I'm not
I was
doing
gonna
that.
Say,
I'll pull the video up.
Go
Cut
ahead.
your fucking hair.
but regardless, like, to ask me to do like that. First of all, something like that is first of all, you got to understand the boundaries of that. Like asking somebody to do something, if they were going to do it, they would have did it. Apparently, hold on. Apparently, they like the way they present themselves. So
But-
if you're going to if you're going to talk about like, well, you can come over here, but you got to put like that shit that flats do. Like, come on, bro, that's some white people shit. Like, this is all I wear. This is who I am.
It's different when you ask somebody who has money. See, he thought he was going to give him the money to help him out.
So, and that's the thing. Like, bro, I'm running for school board. You
Okay.
think I give a fuck about people? I wear a hoodie and fucking jeans all the time. That's my thing. Hoodie and some pants. You don't know what type of fucking shirt. My shirt could say fuck. I could not have no shirt on. My shirt could say fuck you and your mom.
They call Cage the
But
king
I
of
always-
evidence.
I always got a fucking hoodie on. And I'm not going to change my appearance because I'm stepping into a new role. Like my chef another chef I look up to, Chef Jasmine. She's from Cleveland, Ohio. She's in Pittsburgh doing the goddamn thing.
All right.
Like she has an app. Download her. If you need a black chef, she has an app called Chef Junction.
Chef Junction.
You can download this app and find a black chef.
Download it.
And I want to say almost all this. I don't know. I haven't looked on it in a while, but
You don't know how
you go
in
to a
depth
city-
it goes yet.
Yeah, you go to a city, you can find a black chef.
Okay.
She got, and they list their services and what they do. A lot of them are private. A lot of them, hey, can you make me a meal tomorrow? I'm coming to the city. Yeah, I mean, not a lot of them, but some of them. And then they also have restaurants. So that's a really dope way to support a black business.
Okay.
Plus, downloading the app. Like black people got apps. That's lit.
Yeah, that'll let you know. Yeah,
And on Apple and Android because it's hard. Out here for a pimp.
it ain't that hard, but
I mean, it depends on your tax bracket.
it's not.
Val said, "Don't argue with this.
no, because
This is like throwing money. This is like throwing food at the zoo."
no, but
I was about to say, please hold the racism. Val said, "What's the stipulation if you want your employees to all look uniform, depending on the field?" I can understand it, but on another note, Kate, I'm not cutting nothing.
No, and Ricky Smiley made it very clear. The job did not require him to cut his hair.
He,
the
job
didn't
didn't
require it.
didn't
He
ask
said,
him to
hey,
cut his hair.
So white.
Yeah,
people
he
shit.
said he did
So,
not want to be
I'm not
represented
saying
by
we
somebody
gonna
with
cancel,
locks.
bro.
Mm.
But
Oh,
he gotta
no.
go. He gotta go over here.
Yeah,
But
he's
no,
allowed. No, that's my whole thing. He's
no.
allowed to feel however you want to feel. He just put it out there.
You
so
making demands, bro.
So-
Like, you
yeah, he
making-
put it out there.
Wait,
We
wait,
gonna talk
wait.
about it.
No,
That's some Diddy.
no.
Diddy did some shit like that to Danny D. Kane or some shit. Like If you go and look at how he treated some of his artists, that's the reason why he's rich and none of them are. Like, let's think about it.
Some of them didn't apply enough pressure.
I mean,
I know about
that, but
they didn't get enough cheesecake.
True, that's true too. But like, still in whole to the artists that did come out under Diddy's label. Some of them should have blown, and some of them didn't, based off of his ego.
The one girl blew up.
Based off of his.
What's
ego.
her name?
What was
Exactly.
No, I can't.
No, exactly.
So no. Actually, he might have.
Exactly.
No, it was like Paula.
So
I can't remember.
Paula Dean.
No.
So Raj Woodford, she also said, so should kids not be able to wear their locks or braids because the school feels like
that's
it's a distraction?
No, it's not.
A distraction for who?
How is that different?
Because I seen a teacher play with her hair for 45 minutes. She smelled that shit and everything. She's still teaching to this day. And ain't nobody got a problem with her playing with her hair. So these fucking stop messing with these damn kids. Like these, listen. I need for.
He is an activist. Okay, you are about to get him turned up.
Black parents, and I'm a black parent, so y'all can't pull that fucking. Oh, he ain't a parent, so he can't speak on it. No, I'm gonna speak on the shit. And y'all gonna understand it. Black parents need to stop dragging their kids through their problems, through adult problems.
What happened?
Just in general.
Oh, well.
You had a fucking bad day at work and you came home and didn't cook dinner. That's you dragging your kid through your problem.
I didn't take the chicken off the freezer.
Yeah, like,
that's my fault.
Yeah, like,
you remember that video? Look,
I can see if these kids.
I'll take that blame
like,
with that.
Listen, as a dad, I can see if these kids was in my nutsack, like, hey, pick me. But they didn't. They didn't ask.
Well, they kind of were,
but they didn't ask to be here.
Hey,
you got a million twins.
Stop it. So I took that in so many different ways.
So the one thing about that though, I think so we're gonna talk about the kid thing, about parents dragging them thing. If it's one thing that I feel now, since we are in charge as parents, we kind of changed the culture of parenting.
Facts.
For instance, the acceptance of anime now. If
I can't speak to
the only reason why I'm saying that is because back then people be like, oh, you talk about it back then. They be like, man, I ain't watching that shit. Now that shit mainstreamed in a motherfucker.
Hell yeah, and some of it's dangerous.
What?
Very dangerous.
As far as what
they show.
Yeah.
Oh well, TV ain't gonna show with the dangerous side.
They ain't gonna show, but they'll say it in a different way, language.
Lil Nas X
translator.
Man, I said anime. Man.
That's fucking.
What in the hell?
This anime. Who's gonna buy them?
What?
They sold out immediately.
What?
Immediately.
Are we gonna talk about this again? We just did this last.
Hey, he said who's gonna buy them. They sold out.
Anime. How did we get on Lil Nas X?
Hey, that's your people's, bro. That's your people started that shit. Your man started that.
I ain't said shit.
All right.
When did we start listening to him?
Me? Yeah, you're right.
So, back to the what I was asking before that. The process of learning how to cook. What made you want to go that route though?
Besides, had shit else to do.
That's it for real.
This nigga look at the fridge and be like, I'm gonna be a shit.
I'm saying because you said it saved your life. I'm like,
yeah, because I ain't had shit up. Like only like when you think about the average black man in the city of Pittsburgh, like what did they start off doing? I never sold drugs.
Yeah,
the only thing I probably did was keep having kids, but like I mean that's because nobody was like, hey, yo, stop having sex until I turned 30.
But motherfucking sound
so
crazy.
You was a traveling porn star.
No, I wouldn't say all that.
He said no. Said I'm not saying my pullout game. No, my pullout game's not weak. I'm just not a quitter.
I was irresponsible. I was highly irresponsible.
Kids, he still love y'all.
Wait, were you drunk when this was happening?
Oh, maybe.
I don't know. Danner said, "Learn a trade, and you will always have food on your table." Is cooking considered a trade?
Yes, it is.
Yes. It's considered.
I didn't know.
So I like to argue that it's art. I don't. I mean,
well, they did teach it at the Art Institute.
Well, there's legal definite ramifications around what's a trade and what's not. And cooking is in 1989 was just started to be considered a job. Like
cooking.
Yes.
Or like chef wise, or
we're not even considered like a chef is not even a separate thing from cooking.
Okay.
They literally on labor industry and through high school trade programs, they have us labeled under institutional food service worker, or which is your lunch lady, or they have us labeled under food and agriculture.
Yeah,
because those are have been really the only two balances in between being a chef.
Okay.
However, I've met chefs who are personalities. I've met chefs who are artists with their food. I've met chefs who are photographers. Like there's people that make shit just to take pictures.
Really?
Yes.
Raja.
There's even I wouldn't consider a food like any food chemist a chef, but they came to me with some actual cooking knowledge. Like, yeah, I would consider a food chemist a chef.
Well, is a food chemist the ones that do the infused foods?
I say food chemist because that's originally what I wanted to do. I originally applied to the University of Maryland, and I graduated with a 1.9. That's how many classes I skipped.
Damn.
And I didn't get in. So it was like, all right, we'll go to the next best thing. But I also learned like there's chefs that practice gastronomy. Gastronomy itself is chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
Chemistry itself makes them food chemists. There we have a chef who's a food chemist.
I didn't realize there was this many
yeah, there's so many techniques in the cooking. Like, man, you ever have eggs on a buffet?
No.
All right, you ever seen eggs on a buffet?
Like in a buffet?
You ever go somewhere?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought that was like a special type of egg.
usually at a hotel, they add what's called citric acid, which is this powder form that stops the eggs from turning green in the pan as they're sitting there.
Mm.
Otherwise, it stops them from turning brown.
Oh, I'm about to say like green eggs
and
ham.
Add too much citric acid, it will turn them green. There's this chemical that we used to use called multidextrose, I think it is. And you mix it with peanut butter or anything with fat in it, and it binds itself to the fat. If you put it in water, it would just become gooey and gummy. But it needs something with fat in there. We made peanut butter dust with it.
Peanut butter dust.
Yeah.
See, this food shit. There's so much.
Yeah. I mean, there's
this is why I pay.
That sound like a new strain of cocaine. I got this peanut butter dust for you. Said I know it ain't come through with that peanut butter dust.
Oh, wow. Did the video cut out, bro?
I'm still watching.
I'm still watching it.
Oh, my shit cut off.
His Wi-Fi's messed up.
His Wi-Fi. But anyway,
I almost said something.
So for the what style of food do you prefer to make?
Whatever's on my heart.
Oh, really? So you now have you dabbled in a lot of different variations of food?
Yeah, I used
like styles.
I used to work. Pittsburgh is so. I hate Pittsburgh food. Like I hate the Pittsburgh culture.
Hey, listen here, bro. I still gotta live here. All right.
No, I hear him. My fucking bro.
When you have had the ability to go other places and really look at what's around you and decide what you want, and then you come to Pittsburgh, and I'm not
Green Eggs and Ham was canceled,
and I'm.
Oh yeah, they canceled Dr. Seuss.
I apologize.
We canceled Dr. Seuss.
They canceled Dr. Seuss.
Like Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, as in all his books.
We got it. No, but I fuck with the Michael Myers Cat in the Hat, and I think that we gotta leave that one for the culture because that definitely was my shit.
That definitely was a dope one.
That was my shit.
But they canceled Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss was a known racist, bro.
Oh,
I mean, and I think somebody made this argument that
Yeah.
with Dr. Seuss in that environment, like
Yeah.
he wrote children's books. Like same thing with Disney. He created children's.
Oh yeah,
So
Disney was aggressively racist.
Can we attack them for the environment that they grew up in? Or
Yes, because you made choices.
Yeah, but I feel like those choices were also, and this is also with white people now. Like black people ain't really necessarily like we've been subtle about them being racist.
Well, my thing is though,
to some extent,
if
we start,
how can I put this?
Yeah, I mean they'll get it together.
I almost bought a cat. I almost bought a cat and a half sweater today for my son, and I was like, "Fuck, he got canceled, bro."
I mean, I feel like we can't like there is something we go cancel culture is so fucked up.
And this is what all right.
Because I almost got canceled. Because
what?
Yeah, like
nigga, we almost got canceled.
Well, that's true.
and that's what I'm saying. Like,
we almost got canceled for $7.
Cancel culture $17. So fucked up.
Nah, bro.
$17.
Don't.
It was pump 3 at that.
Nah, see, y'all gotta relax. Y'all gotta relax because they most definitely was on our heels about that shit. Somebody actually tried to press us, but you know.
Yeah, he got.
Anyway,
at least it was a 1350. I had to. I'm sorry. It was the perfect.
That nigga still searching for that money.
It was perfect moment.
All right, she got it. No,
Listen, we ain't gonna do it like that because cancel culture, like that's another part of cancel culture. Like that ain't got nothing to do with her nail shop or the fact that she's a great nail tech.
The problem I had with the cancel culture period, is, you know, when we talk about history and we talk about just the background of America period, if we try to get rid of history without everyone understanding it, it's nothing for us to be fooled again.
And we don't even have no history of ourselves. Like we just now starting to be able to have a history.
Well, here's the thing, though. A lot of civil rights is our history.
No, but that
not
shit,
to sound like
about
that,
the good parts.
You know what I mean? Well,
and
here's the thing. The good parts we had, we as a people didn't celebrate it on our own. Because, for instance, and I mean this in this certain way. Martin Luther King Day comes up or whatever. That's the holiday they gave us, right? Mm-hmm. Why do all the black people still go to work? And I'm only saying black people because we're a lot of times we are the ones being we're open
for the same reason we go to work on June 19th.
But what I'm saying though is now as a uniform of people, we should be like, I'm not going to work.
I agree with you, but I also acknowledge that it takes time because generation, like, and that's the other thing. Like, we can't neglect the fact that we have every time we've gotten up on a knee, they have kicked it.
But what I'm saying though, as a uniform of people,
I understand. But how many times have we been uniform and they kick? Like I said, they either kicked that
because
knee, flattened that tire. Like, bro, we've been on this vehicle a couple of times.
But what I'm saying though, so what I'm saying is that when we attach ourselves to holidays, right? Mm-hmm. And we know we all worked with companies that don't respect certain holidays, right? Mm-hmm. And usually most holidays don't get respected now, period. When I say that, when I'm talking about as people as our own, when I say that we have to be a uniform, as in like none of us, like we all gotta have that understanding. We don't go to work today.
It's a sick day.
Like we don't go to work today.
I think and that's what I'm saying. Like I think we're coming to that understanding. Yeah, but I don't, and that's what I'm saying. Like it takes a generational curve. Like I might be the youngest person running for public office right now. That's a generational curve.
Could you? Is it?
No, there's a young lady at Duquesne University running over in Think District 2.
Yeah, but no, what's his name too? Oh no, he might be a little older than you.
And that's what I'm saying. Like the fact that here's the dynamic thing. There are over 40 judge seats for judges in this election. Vote May 18th. Most important thing. There are over 40 something seats, and I think there's like 24. No, there's like 24 seats, and there's like 40 or some people running.
Yeah,
a lot of them, some of them, not a lot compared to who's running are black. And I think the ones that aren't black, we have to really make a decision. But all skin folk and kinfolk either. So I think that when we talk about these generational curves, like us not having to go to work on Juneteenth and Martin Luther King Day, like it's coming.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to pick Martin Luther King Day because like it's really interesting how America creates these holidays according to this calendar shit. Like time is just like bullshit.
Well, they pick days that don't inconvenience the bank. So
no, they actually pick. There's actually a schedule.
Oh, I know, but a lot of
there's not enough time. There's not enough federal. So there's not enough. So what it really comes down to is pay. Let's talk about America as a company.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not talk about America as a government.
Mm-hmm.
America as a company has to guarantee their government employees so many hours of pay because that's what's in their contract.
Yeah.
So we can't just flip another holiday on there because that's another day you don't get paid, or that's another day we have to pay you without you coming to work.
Yeah.
So how much work can we get done, which to give you another federal holiday? It has nothing to do with the banks.
When I say banks, I'm talking about along with the pay shit. Like it doesn't inconvenience the bank to take off that Monday. Mm-hmm. Because usually, so for instance, when the holiday fall off on a Thursday or Friday or something, you realize some people get paid on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to inconvenience their money when it comes to the government and all that.
I agree. Economics in general. I think, I get what you said.
And I would honestly, I've always considered America as a corporation compared to a government.
Oh, we have the Constitution or the Articles of Incorporation.
The
same thing you write when you start a business here.
Well, I haven't read that, but it's just how we function as a country. You
just can't have a business more powerful than America.
He said most holidays are based on some type of disaster anyway. Jared asked, racism, religion, anything to keep us divided. Too much power when we stand together. Then when things begin to change, don't fuck with the status quo.
I like that. You know my favorite holiday is? Nobody fucking celebrates? What? Kwanzaa.
Well, it depends on who you...
You mean a Jewish holiday?
No, not Kwanzaa. Hanukkah. Yeah, Kwanzaa. Not Hanukkah.
I was about to say they're the same thing.
So, no, they're not.
They are.
No, they're not.
They are. They have differences, but they are.
Okay.
Nigga.
All right.
That mean they are different.
Yeah. Is this blue or yellow?
That blue or gold dress. Y'all remember that white and gold dress?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Is it blue or black or white and gold?
Yeah, that bullshit. But yeah, you can't say there are differences, but they're just all right.
Like,
so
just because of the culture aspect of it.
Did we cancel Barney? Can we talk about Barney?
They canceled Barney?
I don't know. Did we?
I wasn't there.
I don't think nothing should be canceled. If you don't like it, don't fucking watch
can't tell me that this dude was in a dinosaur not doing anything.
I think it was
cocaine.
No, multiple Barneys have been arrested for
well, there we go.
Pedophilia.
Yeah. But I also feel like we don't even know who the original Barney was.
That's probably good.
There's been so many
multiple Barneys have been locked up.
That's wild. Like, what did they do? Just
it ain't like Steve off of Blue's Clues. Here's a
Yo, how he had cancer?
I believe so, but they say he did all that with a blue screen. There was nothing there but blue screen. I mean green screen.
Yeah. Steve?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, he's
surprising, right?
He got a lot of energy.
No, you can't say that, bro. He had a notepad.
That was green screen.
And a crayon. Not
yeah, bro. Drew. His notepad was big as fuck.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about when he actually drew down.
Oh, that was pre-drawn.
When he drew down the clues.
Yeah.
That was an actual notebook.
All right, I'll give you that. But that was pre-drawn though.
I used to have a notepad.
No,
you had the notebook, fancy dance.
Oh yeah,
I had a fancy dance.
Oh yeah.
I'm mad we
with
know
that fat ass crayon. Came with that fat ass crayon.
We had some dumbass. Speaking of that notebook, we had some dumbass toys. Like it was made out of plastic, but it came with a real blue crayon, and you was just supposed to wipe it off. But like it was impossible because blue stains.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck are y'all doing?
Raj Woodfork. She said, "Here's a complex question.
Oh shit!
Why does the Black community honor and worship Jesus and accept his saints, but the Black community will shun and denounce honoring their ancestors and their spiritual roots? In quotation, Black people don't acknowledge anything from their culture until another culture represents it."
So here's what I have to say about the whole Black, what you believe thing. Like, mind your fucking business.
Whoa. He didn't mean it like that.
No, Raj. And I don't mean that like that to her. I don't mean it like that to her, but I mean it like in the sense of,
hey, you see the Porch Trappin logo on my do-rag? They coming soon.
We don't all have to believe the same thing to unify.
Yes.
Like, I don't care.
I can agree with that.
Like,
I don't care
if you believe in the fucking grass. Like, the only reason why you have this like, for instance, I hear the Israelites talk all the time. It's like, yo, y'all talk so angrily. Like, why are you forcing this shit down my throat? Like, maybe I would listen if you wasn't yelling at me on the street every time I came downtown. Like, the fuck is going on?
My name's Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, like, and then it's like,
I'm not yelling. This is just the way I talk.
It's this whole security, like, even in every religion, and there's this whole security presence about it. But when you really think about the love of whatever you believe in, it's all about love. It's all about, like, when you really think about the things, like, even, and I get into this like all the time, 10 Commandments, the fucking whatever, the Torah, all that shit. If you literally respect everything living, there won't be a fucking problem. And I think that when you think about what everything living is, the earth, the trees, the grass, the cows, cows are, I don't know if they was even, whatever. But plants, like all of that shit.
What just happened?
Yeah,
said, damn, you don't respect Hinduism?
I don't think that
they worship cows.
Yeah, I don't think that cows were like, I don't think they were an original animal in a sense. Like, I think they're a derivative of something that we created.
She said, "Fun fact: I don't believe in religion. It's man-made."
Everybody has a belief. So
I feel like religion is the word. Like,
well,
everything.
If you want to be technical,
everything's man-made.
Kwanzaa, my brother, yeah, we made that up. If y'all can make up holidays, so can we.
Yeah, like
celebrate
Kwanzaa is literally like the bit like in Dr. I can't even think of his name. Bro prop may know his name. Or y'all can look.
Man, we got real religious.
Francis.
No,
I'm just throwing names.
I don't know. It might be Francis.
Who?
We'll call him Jack. Dr. Jack.
Just call him Dr. Kwanzaa.
Cornell West.
No, it's I can't remember. Jamal, I think his last name is
Umar Johnson. There you go.
I was gonna say
that. Relax, bro.
But he wanted a holiday that black people could celebrate no matter what you believe.
Yeah, bro, and we can't say Umar because we'll still be waiting on the church.
Hey, this motherfucker got some hate in his blood right over there.
Listen, yeah. So, but I feel like, I mean, Jesus killed more people than Satan. If you read we not getting into this, Linda.
I didn't read the Bible, so I couldn't tell you.
So here's my thing about the belief in black people.
I just, like I said, we should just mind our business.
A lot of it.
That's one thing we can't take.
One thing I can say, a lot of it is trained behavior. And like I was saying, even about just to dabble back on the little Nas X thing, I said a lot of times, a lot of people weren't mad. Well, people probably weren't mad that he's gay. I don't know, but a lot of people were mad because their subconscious religious belief of you should not be doing that with hell.
Yeah. So y'all want to know funny thing about me and Nas X? I think Nas X was. I think that whatever. I think all right. So we about to go that this is spirituality. When we miss our blessings by rushing shit, like I said with bro cutting his hair, like you were supposed to go to Atlanta, but you wasn't supposed to cut your hair to do it because the Bible don't say that, and like that ain't no requirement of the job. Like nigga, just go. Like fuck. Ricky Smiley, if it's meant for you to go there, you'll go without him. And I think that Lil Nas X didn't understand that song. What was the song he blew up off of?
Old Town Road.
Old Town Road. Like, yeah, nigga, that wasn't your blow up song. He wasn't. Miley Cyrus wasn't meant for that shit. But when white people attached because of the soul, I don't think that white people have a soul.
Man,
yeah.
What?
I think that some white people are soulless.
Hey, brother, I got people in my family that I love now.
I said some, and I this is where they're.
You said the ones at the cookout.
When we talk about the Illuminati, remember that's a big thing. Oh, he's an Illuminati.
You don't really hear about it too much now.
Yeah, but I actually think that selling your soul is a thing. And Lil Nas X, like, what did he have to do for that song to blow up? And how is all of this man like? Look how Lil Nas X when he first came out. You wouldn't believe that by now he'd be selling Satan shoes. Because that ain't even in black culture.
That sounds crazy. Selling Satan shoes.
And when you think about it,
well, I'm gonna tell you right now. In my opinion, Lil Nas, that man is just either he got somebody on his team or him himself is a fucking marketing genius.
And that's
because he knows getting under people's skin is the best way to get attention.
But I don't think in
this world now.
But that's what I'm saying. Like when you hear about all this shit that these record labels be putting artists through, like in order for him to be the person who he is, like when we think about, trauma and what we went through to get through what we get through, we don't want to lose shit. Like when I said I almost got canceled, like, damn, I'm about to, everybody just thought I was the best chef in the world. I was doing all this shit and this, that, and the third, and then somebody posted some shit on Facebook. And it was like, damn, now the whole Pittsburgh think I ain't shit. And it's like,
is that why you almost got canceled?
Yeah. Some petty shit. But
that's usually how it goes.
When you got to keep up. Chris Brown talked about it. Like he he loved the shit out of Rihanna, and Rihanna loved the shit out of Chris Brown, but they couldn't stay together because of what their careers were making was putting on them. Like with the physical demands that, like, you think about when you just got off a hard day at work and your kids are screaming when you come in the house, like, yeah, shut the fuck up, because I don't want to hear that. And that's the type of, that's really the type of culture that the entertainment industry fosters, because nobody's taking care of you, or nobody's taking help, or you're not taking care of yourself because you're running from show to to show, to podcast, to label, to this, that, and the thing. It's the same thing with being a chef. Like I gotta take care of myself.
But at what point in time do you take the accountability? So when you sign up for the shit, you know what you're doing. So in a sense, like you said about the kids thing, when you come home, you had kids. So when you come home, you should expect.
So the
kids
thing about the same thing, and that's the thing about contracts too. Like you expect that same thing with a contract. You signed your name, bro, to that label. You didn't sign your name to what that label said you was going to have to do to become what they said that you was going to be.
Hey, you signed the contract, right?
Yeah.
So you got to take accountability for signing the fucking contract.
I think there is accountability, but I also think that these contracts are bullshit. And I think they've caught up too many black artists and some bullshit. Look at Lauryn Hill.
She caught herself up.
Yeah, but she was also young as fuck. I'm not saying she didn't make some bad. We could all say she made some bad love choices. Hell, we made fucking bad love choices. That ain't none of my business. But as far as her contract,
ain't lying.
She was fucked.
She fucked herself.
She was fucked. Bro, she was 16, 15, 16, 17 years old.
Oh, hold on. Let me remember the Lauryn Hill story. Did she have parents in her life?
Barely.
Huh.
And even if she did, bro, you black. Like, stop not giving Lauryn Hill. Like, we got to stop not giving these people the same grace that we give the people that we fucking know. It don't matter if she had parents in her life, bro. Apparently you had your parents in your life. Your fucking life wasn't perfect, though. You still got your ass whooped. You still got trauma.
I have no trauma.
He's lying
bro,
like hell.
Lying like fuck.
He lying like
hell. We all got trauma.
Mr. John, look at him. See? Trauma.
Fucked up.
Trauma.
Somebody drop a therapist name in here for him and give it to him. Make sure you remember that.
I don't have fucking trauma.
Bro, if I play a siren right now, you'd be all fucked up.
Yeah, bro.
Because it's a siren noise.
Trauma.
Yeah, all right, that's trauma.
Trauma, bro.
The noise.
It's trauma.
Mama. No, it's not.
No, but it's trauma. It's because if I could bang on the table and you wouldn't react because you know that there's a table right here, but if a siren start playing and you didn't
specifically an ambulance siren,
that is the sound that they emit.
It's called It's called like so. No, it's called,
yeah, but you would have.
But it's also.
If I heard an ambulance, I would be like, I wonder what happened. You would be like, Mama.
in psychology, it's also called conditioning. Pavlov did this thing with this dog. He rang a bell every time he rang the bell. The dog slobbered. Well, shit. It's called Pavlov's
My bad. They did that shit on The Office.
When black people hear sirens, like over time,
yeah, he did that shit on The Office. The fucking Dwight, he would ring a bell and give him a piece of candy. Ring a bell and give him a piece of candy, and then he would start ringing the bell, and dude would just put his hand out, and he'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah,
he was like,
I
don't know, I don't know, because he was expecting a piece of candy.
So that's trauma.
No, I mean,
that was
training.
It's a form of trauma.
That was psychological training.
Yeah. But psychological training could be trauma.
But that is a good form of training.
But
if
does a human deserve to be trained?
Yeah.
By who?
Whoever the law of the land, in a sense.
So you was cool with slavery, huh?
Yeah.
This guy.
I told you you can't. I told you don't talk to him, bro. I told you not to talk to him. Before we started, I told you.
Why? But what was the issue with slavery?
It
happened everywhere.
Yeah,
but that's not saying it was right, bro. Just because it was the law.
It happened everywhere.
Right. Oh, I didn't mean like law, but
you said nobody. Oh, okay. Nobody complains about slavery. Only black people. The Jewish people literally bring it up. They have a holiday dedicated to talking about this shit,
and they lie every 5 years. The deaths go down. So,
I don't know. I wasn't there for that.
For COVID. Oh,
the holiday. This motherfuckers out here saying trigger words. We about to.
Oh man, how did we get here?
Did anybody have COVID?
Hey Sean, you ain't lying.
I'm pretty sure
you ain't lying.
Everybody.
He said Chris be trying to get canceled. He ain't lying.
You can't cancel somebody who don't give a fuck.
Yes.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Wait. What did Daniel say?
Look at what's that boy's name? Oh fuck. What's the Sex in the Kitchen over by the stove? Put you on the counter, better than the rolls.
God damn.
Y'all know those lyrics?
You probably
R. Kelly. R. Kelly don't give a fuck.
Shit.
He got canceled like hell. Multiple times.
R. Kelly
don't give a fuck.
R. Kelly gives several fucks.
Long as he stay out of jail, he don't give a fuck.
He do give.
That's the only thing he has an ability to give a fuck about right now.
Yeah, he gives many fucks. That's why he was on the radio station like, "What more do you want from me?"
But he's also been, and I think
how did we get here?
And I don't know. And I think that
but we are here now.
Yeah,
Dante, official of the Beatbox Collection.
What's up, sis? How are you? That's Vic, sis. That's my battle. I almost went to the army and she stopped me.
What?
Yeah, it was a dangerous time.
What,
I was dumb, young, and full of cum. No, I actually went to the. I was doing ROTC and shit in college, and like was really digging this whole army, represent my country shit. And she was like, "Yeah, I fucking hate this shit." I was like, "I'm getting out as soon as I can."
So, Chris, you ain't never had a deeply distressing or disturbing experience?
No, I don't care.
That sounds like somebody who has been.
You ain't never been kicked in the balls?
That sounds like a lot of trauma. A trauma to the point that you are numb to every situation.
You ain't never been kicked in the balls?
I've been kicked in the balls, and that person.
That shit don't bother you.
The effects. No, well, because I know I'm about to fucking choke you.
I mean, but it's still trauma.
That's not
the
trauma.
fact that you flinch at somebody kicking you is trauma.
Yeah,
don't even. You told me.
I don't mind. What I tell you? What I tell you? It's like
I don't mind entertaining his bullshit sometimes.
How is that trauma?
Listen, I'm here for the bullshit.
That's not trauma.
We're here to talk about you, sir.
All right,
that's fine.
Yeah.
God damn.
Somebody get this man a therapy. Listen, he don't need it now, but if one day he's going to realize, I need therapy.
Nah, I doubt it. Everybody that knows me, I don't give a fuck. I go about my day. I'm going to die by myself. So.
Anyway,
you must take good care of yourself because
I do.
That's good.
They call me a narcissist for loving myself.
That is not
all these big
that
words.
Is not narcissist,
you
bro.
Must be
that's
a gaslighter
not...
too.
No, that's a funny
Shut up. You be out here gaslighting. You do be gaslighting, bro.
You just not realizing that?
Yeah.
He's a fucking flamethrower.
I'm a troll.
Yeah, that's
gaslighting.
Well, not in the same sense.
You know how far
you be gaslighting.
You know how far his trollism was going.
You'll bring something up and then act like you ain't have shit to do with this conversation.
That
is gaslighting, bro.
You want to know how far his troll would go?
How far?
He tried to edit himself into the Little Nas X video.
Hey yo.
He tried to deep fake himself, bro.
Hey yo, somebody hates
I don't
you.
ever want this man to get on fucking deep.
Oh
deep
my god,
Chris, somebody hates you.
Why are we entertaining Chris? We all know that. Oh, BB. Why is she BB now?
I don't know.
She changed.
I told her, yo, you switch your name up on me, huh?
She says I was the feds.
Yeah, that's my wife. She said, "Why are we entertaining Chris? We all know he experienced trauma, and the fact that he can't address or acknowledge the trauma proves the fact that he's experienced trauma."
What trauma do y'all want me to address?
Kadra got made. Kadra got mad or made defense mechanism.
Mad.
Yeah.
I was told
he was typing too quick. He tried to get that out there.
So I just FYI, like, yo, real shit. Therapy is everything, and for everybody watching, like, go to therapy. Like,
you don't need therapy. You need good friends.
You definitely need therapy.
God.
I mean, good friends are cool, but sometimes your friends
ain't your therapist.
Your friends ain't your therapist. And sometimes your therapist needs a therapist.
So back, that's a serious shit. So back to you,
he's
right?
A friend.
So back to what you do.
Yeah.
When it comes to being activists in the hood or whatever, in the neighborhoods, the hoods, Pittsburgh, and everything you do, what is one of the challenges that you do see within the neighborhood when it comes to trying to give back?
Y'all niggas gotta put y'all egos down.
Wait a minute, sir. You came. I asked a question. You ain't have to swing
N-word.
on me, okay?
My
You blame me.
Yeah, we can't say the N-word. So
why can't we, nigga?
Y'all
what?
people
Stop it.
of color, black people.
Stop it.
All right.
What
is the proper term for this now? Black
niggas?
People of color, niggas. All right.
You mean
I think today's society is we're back to brothers.
Yeah, hey, yeah.
Right. You brothers and sisters. Like, real shit. We just we need to it's just identifying our strengths and our weaknesses.
Yeah.
Like, everybody can't do everything. You know what I mean? Like we was talking about earlier about the Pittsburgh rapper Stay in Your Lane.
Yeah.
Notice,
if you're an ad-lib, you're an ad-lib.
Yeah, if you're an ad-lib, then be the best motherfucking ad-lib there is. Yo, DJ Khaled got 3 words trademarked that's making him
on God
$1 million.
On God, you ain't never lying.
And he got 3 words.
Well, he does a lot of
who else? Fucking Lil Jon had
Whoa,
to this
Jon
day.
DJ.
I mean, beyond the DJ, nobody remembers the DJ.
Shit.
Sometimes.
DJ Drummer?
Yo, who was yeah, DJ just because he
changed the whole
DJ
game.
Yeah, but they also have, and that's the
the fuck was
Folk Master Flex.
All right, we do remember DJ. All right, cool.
DJs get you pussy.
So
Nigga, you know, motherfuckers remember DJ when everybody had to be on that cannon.
no, I got you. Damn, son, where'd you find this? Real trap shit. But so the one that you said that egos is like a big challenge that you tend to face when it comes to
because like I mean everybody can't stop the person with the gun.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's big. Like you gotta rely on like I got this little bro in the hood and he used to wrestle with me. And every time I see him, I'm just like, man, if you just do what I said, you be cool. Like, I'm sure we all got that little bro. But this nigga be on the corner. You see the police hit me up, the little bro, and I hope he on here, but he hit me up telling me he had to do community service hours. I'm like, all right, bro, come on. We can make it work.
I ain't pointing no elbows. Man.
Yeah, we can make it work. And then I see bro on the block, and it's all right, bro. Cool. Like, and it's not necessarily like
keep moving.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily like, yo, bro, you gotta put down the ego.
He said most activists come across as egotistic. That's what someone said.
I will say that too. Like I think that, and that's what I mean by egos in the hood. Like activists and people have to put down their egos because
to get and receive.
Yeah, I can't come to you. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and it's really like that give and take. Like we gotta realize, like I said, the fact that we all got trauma.
Yeah,
we all been through some shit. Single mom, single dad, both parents, crack dad, crack mom. Like we all grew up in the fucking same four sides of this fucking small ass so-called city.
Yeah.
So reality, once I start growing up and realizing like, yo, everybody's parents was on drugs, I stopped thinking that.
You ask your parents, hey man, you ever been to Boogie Wonderland? And they tell you that was just a moment in time. Oh, they was on drugs. But it's like that starts to lessen the blow about things that we talk about. And I think the more that we are able to talk about those things, the more I can help you get out of a situation.
The reason I have no trauma.
I think that shut the fuck up. I think one of the reasons why a lot of people aren't vocal about their upbringing is because we have
cancel culture.
No, we have cancel.
Well, I mean,
culture. We have that, but it's also the imagery. People have this. People have this standing idle standpoint of worshiping people for their imagery.
You mean Shinley High School 07, 06, 08, 09, 010, 2010?
I don't know nothing about that. What's that?
Because Shinley High School, like I used to hear stories about, you couldn't only wear certain this and certain that. The Shinley High School was a fashion show school.
Oh yeah. Well, so that and just like someone coming out being like, "Oh, my mom was on drugs," or "Mom or such was on drugs." People be like, "Damn, you grew up."
But I think it starts with the appearance.
What I mean?
And that's just why I said it starts with the appearance.
Yeah.
And I think once we get past the appearance and start getting into like, the fact that we all look mad. The average black person in Pittsburgh walks down the street looking mad as fuck. You know why? Because the sun ain't shining. Fucking rents due.
There you go. No. Ain't nothing else. The sun ain't shining.
And
the sun is a major factor.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's a factor, but also
there's a bunch of other shit.
No, but it's also the fact that that's just
black people live in
that's
Seattle.
just my face.
That's a fact. And that's
but it's not just your face. Listen, it is just your face. But think about
just my face.
The beard weighs me down.
My girl, she tells me this often. Like, think about how much your experiences shape who you are.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "A goes in my freezer." What the fuck, Jared?
Like your experiences shape who you are. That's the reason why you walk around with this is just my face.
Well, I can say this. It's our generation that walks around really aggressive. Mm-hmm. And the reason why is because back then we weren't allowed to look a certain way.
Yeah, we weren't allowed to feel. This is what I was listening to my mom. Because I was telling her, like, yo, I'm not cussing at you. This is me expressing how I feel. And I'm sorry that it becomes disrespectful to you. But it's not. It's me expressing myself, and I think that when we were younger, like we were so don't express yourself. Like you have.
Well, you get up. Big boys don't cry.
You gotta be a man. You
the man of the house now. I'm 7.
Yeah,
hell you talking about the man of the house? I don't even know how to wipe my ass right. He went the better route.
Said I just got this dishes thing down.
And barely at that, because she be tripping, talking about what the fuck is this on my fork?
Yeah,
but anyway,
but there's talking about I gotta rinse and dry.
So circle back. This is what I mean by stop dragging kids through adult shit.
Well, this is what I also ask a lot of people a lot of times now. And I made this statement a lot of times within our own circle of grown men. I say the black men now couldn't be the black boys of now. And the reason why I say that is because these kids now are more free than anybody else.
Yo, y'all got to listen. They ain't that free though. They just got the internet.
But they're a lot more free. The way they express things now differently than us.
But it's because of the internet. Because if you meet one of these little kids on the street, they ain't that free. And I'm saying that because I get with the kids on my street.
Well,
I let them know like this shit ain't TikTok. This shit ain't made up. This shit ain't like.
When I say express, I'm talking about like.
But I understand that. But all of this, I want you to understand like this. I'm a chef.
Yeah.
So when I express myself on a plate physically with doing things.
Yeah.
When you express yourself on camera, like, yes, this is a form of expression, but the real art is what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because he's making, he got plugs and buttons and horns and shit. So, so when you get behind this TikTok screen, like, what are you really expressing? You're putting out an image that you wish you could express because nobody else will let you, and only the people on the other side of the screen like what you do.
Well, hold on now, because the kids follow
wait. I want to clarify real quick, just thinking in general. Now, what I interpreted by you saying kids are more free now, than we were.
Yeah,
I wasn't thinking internet and streaming and being.
Nah,
I was thinking more so your parents call you and you say what.
You made that free?
Yeah. Or when kids have more freedom to have. When we grew up, kids weren't allowed to talk.
Yes,
they weren't allowed.
But that's what I mean by expressing yourself. Like,
but that's what I mean. Like,
no, I'm talking about not just online. I'm talking about like if we were at a family gathering and you walked your ass in the kitchen, there was a problem. Because kids wasn't allowed in the kitchen.
But that's what I mean by expressing yourself. Maybe you walked in the kitchen because you wanted to learn how to cook. They would just get the hell out the kitchen because this is grown.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. They're more free now. Because as parents, if your kid come into the kitchen, you're not going to shun them off that.
Free.
I
think free and without disregard are two different things.
Free and what?
Free and then without disregard are two different things.
Well, when I say, no, because we talking about when we talking about free, I'm talking about spiritually too, spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. Our kids are not bound by the rules that we had had growing up.
That's because we grown the fuck up and we realize a lot of shit don't mean nothing.
Because kids nowadays,
we act like Chris.
I'm not. No, we don't. Well, and when I say that is because a lot of these kids now they're a lot more vocal, but that's because as parents now, my kids can talk. My kids, if my kids fall or my kids feel away, I opened that door.
But that's because and that's what I'm saying. We've opened that door for them,
and that's why I say they're free.
But we also gave them. I get what you're saying.
I'm not saying free as in like they can walk.
They have more access.
Yeah, I'm not saying like free
they
is
definitely
like
have more. Access.
Well, they definitely have more access.
But that wasn't what we were.
That's not my labeling of
Check
free.
My daughter's screen time now.
I ain't mad at you, brother. Because I done had something pop up on my internet. I'd be like, wait a minute. Who the hell? But that, you know what I mean? And these kids now, even if you do go the TikTok route, these kids now are allowed to do dances, acting, be funny, be a certain way. If you'd have seen us doing them type of dances back in the day, them motherfuckers, we'd have been labeled gay. It's that simple. Somebody would have, if me and my brother would have been out there doing a little dance,
there'd have been a line of uncles.
They'd have been like,
there'd have been a line of uncles at the crib waiting to fuck you up.
That had to be some Northside shit.
Get the fuck out of here.
Well, you can't even say that because my mom's side of the family's from the East, and they was lining up too.
Damn. We just allowed to express ourselves.
That's because South side's a little. It's easier to be more
water.
Yeah, it's easy to be more.
Blame it on the water.
It's easy to be more expressive when your parents are, occupied.
Oh, he's smooth with it.
Well, he said it, not me. I'm just the guy that everybody listen. I didn't say it. He said it.
Hey, I wasn't there.
I was not there.
Hey, that's my line.
We were the gun suppliers. Good. No, I'm pinning. Why you talk?
Nigga.
What?
There ain't no statute of limitations on that shit.
Yes, there is.
No,
I didn't say that. This is entertainment.
Kids today are okay to be honest about their mental health without stigma and to be authentic selves.
Some of them.
Lando said too much freedom can go to your head. That's why white people do more dangerous and dumb shit. Y'all are taking freedom way too far. What I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let my daughter, any one of my kids do some white.
Let your kids be outside talking about,
Listen.
hi, my name is this, and this is Jackass. I'm punching this shit out of somebody.
I am going to turn into a child abuser.
Whoa.
God damn it.
He didn't say that.
Hey, bro, not
He
on
didn't
this
say
show
that.
you won't.
Hey, that's the beat.
My daughter knows this. My daughter knows this. A lot of my threats are really empty. Like, I've never put my hands
you
on
can't be
my-
doing that now.
Yeah, so
empty threats.
I don't do empty threats.
Empty threats.
empty threats get you far.
No
Shit.
Listen, empty threats will also get you. How could I put
My dad
this?
said he was gonna whoop my ass.
You know what?
It depends on it depends on your relationship with your child.
That's true. But you know what I think about when I think about empty threats?
What?
I think you watch Snowfall.
Yeah.
No, I didn't watch them.
Ooh, yeah.
When old girlie got onto when she started doing crack rock because her dad kept doing empty threats of threatening her about keeping her on lockdown. Not saying she should have been, but she'd have never been on crack if he'd have did his job.
But then you gotta go back to like with lockdown that really made it worse, or she'd have broke out and did it anyway.
She was going 1 week away from college.
I think that instead of telling her instead of him threatening with lockdown, like I threatened with things like, you know,
she was 18.
Like so I put it like this: my empty threats be I'm gonna punch you in the eye and take it out. Or some gruesome.
You
shit. So it's when I make those type of empty threats and come through on if you don't get this right, I'm gonna take the Xbox out the room.
Yeah,
there's a balance. Like my violent empty, my threats that are violent are empty. I'll say that
the overboard joints.
Yeah, like
Sean said, like if you say, till they pull that card.
Oh yeah, if you out there like my office hours are,
but that's when listen. What's the meme when dude was like pointing at his head? That's when you gotta be smarter than the kid, Sean.
Oh yeah.
You gotta listen.
Well, you gotta
listen.
Hey,
bro,
remember that statement?
All right, wait,
real
quick. That was one of the lines I fucking always hated. Parent always asks you, "Oh, you think I'm dumb?" Bro, I hated that shit growing up. Look, and check it out. I catch myself all the time looking at my kids like, this motherfucker think I'm dumb.
But that's why for me it's like I gotta stay smarter than my kids. Like I got a TikTok. Like I fucking refuse to download TikTok. My daughter downloaded TikTok, and I was like,
download TikTok.
I got to download TikTok.
The only reason why I say download TikTok because you will be able to keep up on trends that are happening.
But my old ass don't want to. Like,
that ain't the point. But your kids is on it.
Give a fuck.
But your kids is on it because if I catch my kid doing a trend that I don't agree with, guess what video about to be interrupted and ended up on TikTok. And this ain't an empty threat.
I was cool with MySpace. Like this whole Facebook shit is beyond me. This Facebook know too much.
You know the thing about social media that happened and it got ran out of control was what people live by. Mm-hmm. And we gave celebrities more power than they've ever had in this entire world because of social media.
I agree with that.
Because, and I mean this in all honesty, what's the point of Kim Kardashian them ever being famous? And in their own, and I'm not taking away from what they do now because if they are releasing people from prison, cool.
Well, I think
I'm fine with that.
I think what it is, it's not really they just came up off of their family member being famous.
Like but social media made that bloom.
But that's technically yes and no.
So, no.
I mean, it made it boom or further out of control. But it's just like Trump. Like Trump had before social media, before Trump was on Twitter. He was fucking on The Office on or whatever his show was.
Well, Trump was famous before.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But when I'm saying they weren't famous at all,
and the social media just took him.
You didn't even know who they were. You could be like, their dad.
No, they were. Their dad was an Olympic gold medalist. That's why.
That was it.
But that's the capitalization of their. That's not true.
Their fucking dad was the lawyer on
OJ. Yeah, OJ Simpson trial. There was a.
But guess what? You didn't know. You didn't go like, their mom needs to be famous.
But that's like saying that Jackson 5.
But what I'm saying,
just as much as
what I'm saying
Tito
is
had some talent.
But
he was back there. He had the steps down.
Yeah, Tito got alcohol.
But what I'm saying,
Tito's.
But what I'm saying,
you can't compare
is
the Kardashians to the Jacksons.
to the dad. Like you can't.
Right,
and the reason why I say that is because listen, when the dad won that case, did you go, damn? I wonder what his family looked like.
So
You
let's
didn't
talk
give a
about.
fuck. You was
let's
like,
talk-
damn, he really got
So
that
let's
man
talk about
off.
the Foremans.
The who?
The Foremans.
George
George 1,
Foreman?
2, and 3, and George Foreman Jr.
What about him?
They're famous because, like, we know that, and I'm speaking fame. To
They're
we
not
know
They're
Kardashian
not
famous.
Kardashian famous.
We can't do this.
But my thing is, what is Kardashian
George Foreman's
famous?
kids got famous
How-
because he named them
how-
after him.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. How are we identifying what is fame?
Because we see what they do.
We see if you follow George Foreman, you're gonna see what
you know what fame is. You know what fame is?
What?
Fame is having the ability to change your environment around you just from your presence.
I think if Kim Kardashian came to Pittsburgh, nobody would give a fuck.
You's a damn lie. You's a whole lie and a half.
Shit.
This city would fucking break in half trying to fucking get
Fame
the
is a cult.
Kardashians. Fame
I
is a
think white.
cult.
I think
Fame
white
is a
people
cult.
would, but I feel like
Mm.
and when
Now-
when I say this city, I mean like people like us, not like them.
Well,
You'll be surprised.
you'll be. Yeah,
I don't.
bro.
I mean, I think like
This is the same
This-
city
this-
that
we're
goes.
only- you're crazy
This is the
because
same.
this is a clout-driven city.
But I
bro.
also feel like anytime you take a small percentage from a small percentage, it looks big. So when you think about the 13% that we are, the number of people that would go see her would be small, and most of them wouldn't be from the city. They would be from like fucking Menneson.
Damn. Like, not the shit on Vanessa.
Nah, motherfuckers want to go see Pinky.
Who the fuck? I mean,
The-
but
the-
I would
yeah.
go see Pinky too.
Why? She a
Pinky
You know
Toes.
what?
She's a porn. Listen,
social media amplify insecurities.
listen. Meet me at the Galaxy. On
You
Sunday.
cannot. BB said you cannot be ignorant to social media when you have kids.
Fuck no. But you can. I think that as long as you have the proper, and this is the other thing. Like my daughter's phone, I can check that screen time. I can cancel everything on her phone.
But that's
right
what
now.
you. That's still
so
you.
that I don't have to physically have TikTok
Shit.
or
Well,
YouTube
depends.
or any of these things.
I'm telling
no,
you,
because when you
check them trends.
No, but here's the trends, but there's also there's access.
You know what else is?
So wait, there's access
Mhm.
and then there's exposure. So I think that children being exposed to all these different things is good because as long as but you also got to take account like who the fuck is teaching. Like I need people to really understand if you're really parenting your kids, the social media, it doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck what they see on social media, TV or anything.
Like
my
I
daughter's
say.
been watching Law and Order since she was 5.
Well, like I say,
And
your kids will always be your kids in
That's
your
true.
presence. But when they go outside that home without your supervision, they are who they are.
Did you watch the
So,
movie Cutie?
When I say be up on trends, I'm not saying like you gotta like be on it.
So
And the reason why I say it is because we live in a time where the age restriction isn't even there no more.
Mhm.
And you will have adults on TikToks watching children videos.
Mhm.
And it only takes that one weird trend that showed that does some weird ass exploitation of some weird ass fucking movement or have kids admitting some shit or saying personal information. But as kids, they're seeing other kids do it. But this world is exposing them to the adults that want to take advantage of people like them.
Mhm.
And that's the only reason why I say watch it. I'm not saying like you got to be up on her like, what is this?
So
who is that?
I also think
What is this filter?
the part of raising a child is preparing them.
Yes.
So when you are constantly in preparation, like for instance, my daughter, she's my oldest.
Mhm.
She knows how to take care of shit, and I not mean just like if something was to happen, if y'all killed me, just hypothetically, y'all killed me right now. Nobody.
Is that a challenge?
If we maybe
He wrestles, not me.
If we weren't on camera and like just hypothetically, y'all killed me, nobody knew, and y'all hit my body, like she would take care of shit, and nobody would. Not saying that nobody would know, but like she would take care of it until she figured out, like, all right, yeah, I mean, or if I like, it was in the house and I collapsed, and
what's your
she would
IG?
Just say chef. I'm
might
just
wanna-
say chef on
You
everything.
might want to type that.
I got it. I got it.
Oh, I was about to say.
That's what I'm here for.
I'm just say chef on everything, but like I think prepare, like I said, preparing my daughter not to cook. She not to do all the things that as an adult, we somewhat know how to do beyond pay bills. And I think that preparation for children, like they're prepared to see some wild shit on the internet because you already taught them like that's not the way we do shit. That's not the way in our culture and our, whatever your belief or any of this shit is, like that's not the what we do. So that's preparation. Like I said, my daughter been watching Law and Order since she was 5. Million dead bodies, and
social media now can help you see how your kids gonna be molded. How your kids gonna be molded.
I honestly like for me, it's a gateway into what she's thinking. Yeah. How she feels. Like I think when you start to look at social media as that standpoint, you stop to look at it so much as the enemy because this, like you said, is how they express themselves. Mm-hmm. They get behind that screen and express themselves for people who follow them, people who they think like them. Mm-hmm. So let me get in front. Let me see who you're trying to impress. So that way I can teach you, I can prepare you how not to be this person. Yeah. I can prepare you how not to be fake and how not to be like when I see some fake shit. No, we ain't do that's fake as fuck. Real shit. And I talked to her like, because
that's what you're supposed to do.
Like those prank videos.
But yeah, like that's fake as fuck. Don't do that shit. Like even the trends, like the different, you know what I mean? Like what part of you thought that was a good idea? You'll be with the logic. Yeah. What part of you thought that was a good idea? Where did you ever see me do that some shit like that? So there's a lot of dumb shit that my kids probably see me did.
But that's because nobody tells people to shut up.
So there was this trend. I forgot even all about this one. There was let's check your down under trend on TikTok where you and a friend will look down each other's pants. Then adults that did it bad, made it look like a joke and no big deal. So yes, checking the phone and screen time is fine, but when they're around friends and they want to do that innocent TikTok
and this is
trend,
where the fear of God comes in. Because if my daughter and my son ever, I make them so afraid. Like it's one of those things where I make you so afraid of me that you're not going to do the shit in behind my back or in front of me. That's how serious I am about raising you. Mm-hmm. And I think that's how serious parents need to be. Like when Pittsburgh, this pandemonium shit broke out, my daughter was at Urban Academy. And she was graduating, and then they started this fuck shit with Pittsburgh Public Schools. Westinghouse, she's not coming. Yeah, she won't be there. You can unenroll her. You can do whatever you need to do. I think you need to homeschool. No. Why? Because I pay taxes in the city, and I'm not going to put her in another school because of y'all ain't doing the right thing. Yeah. And I think when we make stances like that, so I took it upon myself to start teaching my daughter different things and being intentional about what she needs to prepare for life. So now that at 12, you know that life is a way more serious than already know at 12. When you turn 18, you got to get a job. That don't mean I'm going to put you out. Yeah. But you got to get a job.
That's like that guy in Florida with the guns and shit and the tattoos. Yeah. And he was teaching it turns out he was teaching his kids with the guns, but he was teaching them more like his kids, like more shit like economics and
yeah.
He didn't want to put them in school.
The guns got the praise, not the economics.
And that's what I'm saying. Like we give a lot of things. Like I cook. Like one of the best moments for me and my daughter is cooking. Everybody would think, oh, she's gonna be a chef. No, she's just gonna learn how to be a cook. And when she decides to be a fucking doctor, she learned about how to buy food, how to purchase food, how to.
It's just on the catalog of what you can do.
Yeah, and it's like one of those things, and everything I know how to do. And then I also, when you were talking about, your kids being somewhere else, I'm intentional about where she goes. Yeah, like you might get a couple hours outside with your friends, but they know that because I'm on their asses just like I'm on you. Mm-hmm. And then whoever house you go over, like they know that I don't play that shit. If you ever like get that one person, like if I call your dad, like there's some people that won't call me, but I end up finding the shit out anyway because they tell me to calm down. But that's just like I'm not type of dad. I'm involved.
No, anything happened at my house with a kid that's not mine, I'm calling immediately.
Yeah, and sometimes
so he came here with both eyes.
I'm also not that kind of parent. Like unless it's some wild shit, like don't ask me what happened at my house. Yeah, because kids will tell you the wildest story.
But
he punched me in the eye because I was just sitting there and he punched me in the eye. No, did you tell your mom that you fucking tried to kick my daughter in the nose and all this other shit? Yeah, I punched you in the fucking eye, and I wish tell them to come fight me. But because if they say that shit's okay, then listen, we need to fight.
But do you think that's the issue? Most parents are so sensitive about their kids, you can't even let another parent's chastise your kid.
I think the only time parents are sensitive about their kids is when they don't actually spend time with their kids.
He said you about to be Pootie Tang's daddy, but with a spatula.
Yep. I feel like if you're not aware of the sneaky shit that your child does, and somebody come tell you some shit, and you be like, depending on your reaction, you don't know your child.
It's
that's borderline.
Because listen, I know my daughter enough that if a teacher came to me and said that she cussed in front of her or at her, well, what did you do? Because I know my daughter won't cuss in front of an adult. Because I taught her not to cuss in front of an adult to the point where she's afraid to say a cuss word when I tell her to say a cuss word. Listen, bro,
that's borderline.
It's not borderline, but that's what I'm saying. Like the time that here's what's the word I use? The preparing. Yeah, you can cuss. Don't ever let me hear you cuss in front of an adult. Don't ever let an adult tell me that you came back and cuss. Don't use words that you don't know the meaning of. These are all the precedents that come before. So now you got to think about 5 different things that I told you about cussing before you even cuss. And that holds you up. As a child, that holds you up. Because it's like, now I got to look and see if my dad's around. Now I got to look and see if there's an adult that might tell on me is around. And like I said, sometimes sometimes it's also important for it to let kids be kids. Sometimes other kids need cussed out by kids.
So as an activist, do you feel as if more parents need to be involved from your standpoint of
for sure?
Saying
even in activism, like I walked to DC. Yeah, I walked to DC. 57th anniversary of the Million Man's March.
You said you
walked to DC
from here?
Not from here, but from here. This would have been closer.
Nick,
what?
It's 4 hours of drive.
3 days, 2 hours.
Yeah, I was about to
2
say.
days, 2 days, 2 hours.
Who'd you walk with?
Uncle Festa.
Taz and Tim. So last year when George Floyd was murdered,
yes,
Taz and Tim were nephews of George Floyd. It's a long story, but they're nephews. And they came to Pittsburgh. They was walking. You know what I mean? But I found out that this is a tradition that has been carried out amongst Black men. This is the shit that they don't tell y'all. That has been carried about from Black men and other people for a long, very, very long time, for almost 57 years. Because the Million Man March was literally people dropping what they were doing and walking to DC. So there are several people that have decided to walk to DC over the years, and in honor of victims killed in their cities by police officers. I talked to a young man's mom. I'm gonna say his name, Antoine Rose's mom, and I asked her like, "Can I walk with them for bro?" Because I actually had Antoine out. Like we took him. It was 1 or 2 events that I had an interaction with him. So it was like, damn, that shit. It was months. That shit hit. Like, yo, I know that little boy. It's real wild when you feel like you know that. Like when little bro died down at Pretty's, like, damn, you know that little boy. You know that he ain't on no fuck shit and that shit that you know what I mean. So yeah, I was like, they came. I was like, yeah, I'm leaving with y'all. I'll meet y'all in a couple weeks. Prepared everything, and if I could have took my kids and see that shit,
yeah,
I would have. Yeah, you gonna learn. Your feet hurt. Put on some new shoes. We're gonna get you some new shoes then. Your feet hurt, like I do everything with my kids. Because how the fuck do I expect you to make it and you ain't seeing how I'm making it? Like this shit ain't gonna change by the time you turn 18. Let's be real. It barely changed since we was 18. Let's be real. Like we had new faces, but shit ain't really changed. Like shit's really the same. And we got new laws. Like we still got unequal ass schools. We still got fucking broke ass families. We still got.
Do you think that's because people would rather walk as opposed to take action?
No, I think that people. I think it's twofold.
Nah, that wasn't a shot at you walking. I'm just saying.
I really understand. I caught you. I picked up what you was putting down. I think that's twofold. I feel like coming back to the ego thing, like we need to fucking stay in your place. Like if you're one of those people that gotta go walk, then go walk. But I need you to walk knowing that it's going to be hard. I need you to walk knowing that it's not going to be, nobody's going to come and get you. Because this happened. So I didn't walk specifically from Pittsburgh. I met a group in Johnstown. And my girl got pulled over. We was blowing in the car. She was speeding. And long story short, they took her to jail. And I had to walk. My trip started a lot sooner than I thought I was, and I wasn't ready because I wasn't ready leaving. Like I was like a little nervous. Yeah, I mean, so shit, I started walking. Like, all right, it's just me and God. And whatever God got for me out here, I'm here for it. I was walking into some shit though, because when I eventually got met up with this group dude, somebody had already been shot in the face. It was a KKK on this side. It's real racist outside of Pittsburgh.
Oh, you ain't got to tell me. I know.
The racism meter is up. So, like,
I know. I've been in certain neighborhoods
so
that be
they had
like,
the
woo.
KK. There was a bunch of shit. Frank Nitty and the Nation. They were another group that.
Are you religious?
No, no spiritual. I grew up in church.
Well, who do you believe in? Christianity or
itself?
I believe in life.
Well, I'm talking about as in God wise.
I believe in. I don't know how to describe that.
Okay.
Because, like, I think that God is a stupid word to use for something so powerful. Like the fact that you could only have the audacity to put 3 letters on something that created literally everything that you see living is
it depends.
It's kind of ignorant.
If you use it in the sense of the definition to define something, I don't have a problem with that though.
But then you also have to understand what language is. And how, and to go back to that sound thing, like I don't want to just go out putting shit in the universe because for it to be here forever. Like I'm responsible for that.
Because I you know, when we talk about words and the creation of such, and we talk about languages and other forms of beliefs. I think one of the things that if we are going to go the route of talking about people being better and being religious and being understanding of spiritual presence and just the power of words, is that I think if I say God, and if that's not the word you use to describe the person that you believe in, I'm not taking away the power of what you believe in. You know
like
what I mean?
Allah.
Yeah, like I'm not taking away.
I've definitely. I mean, I'll identify with what you identify with.
Yeah,
because for your comfortability, because I have that relationship.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it's at. Is like I was having this conversation with a Christian earlier, and I was telling her like, yeah, the church, like if you literally read what the Bible says, like that whole the whole church is a business. Like the whole 10%, pay your 10%. Like your 10% is your household. Like put that 10%. That 10% is that sacrificial savings so that you and your family can actually enjoy life. The only thing that we're actually supposed to work for is, fucking sowing the seed. That's the work that we're actually supposed to put in, not actually going to a job. That's capitalism. He didn't create that. So when we retract from all the things that we think that we need, like you really get an essence of, what life is and what breath is. Like the fact that you have the ability to move this finger and somebody doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, or the fact that you can cut this finger off and it won't grow back, but you'll live. Like the human body itself is so interesting because you got universes inside of you.
Yeah.
So to like my God isn't my universe. Like to the universe inside of me, I'm God. Now I take that a step further, and I think this is out there for the people that do psychedelics. I haven't went that far, but
thank God.
I think that I'm one day maybe.
Mushrooms, start there.
Yeah, I think that's where I was going.
We're not advising anyone to do anything.
Nope, not at all
on this,
and don't have no kind of emotion when you do mushrooms.
Trauma.
No. No, I was about to tell you. They say mushrooms go by you.
I know, but and that's also like an interesting thing. Like people have this eerie thing about things that are natural, and when you ask me, am I all natural? Like, yeah, I'll eat anything all natural if I'm not allergic to it.
Yeah,
like if I can see you not create it in the lab, like yeah, I'll eat it. You eat fucking GMO cucumbers, and has anybody seen a watermelon with a seed in it lately? Because yeah.
I don't buy watermelon if it does.
I go to the farm,
if it doesn't.
Local farmers.
But even still, those are becoming like
but
and they be them little white seeds. I'm talking about an actual black.
Do you think that a lot of like your belief helps you be able to give back to the communities?
I think that just universal, like, and I don't want to call it universal law because I feel like that's kind of You know, I'm not gonna smack you if you. I might punch. I don't know. You might smack you if you smack me. But
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, but I've actually been in situations where I was like, I didn't want to fight.
Yeah.
Like I whooped that nigga's ass at the end of the day. One nigga went to the hospital, but I didn't want to fight him at first. I thought it was stupid. I thought it was like the whole reason why you're trying to fight me is stupid, bro. Just chill. You're just mad. Like I need you to chill out, and some like that's where ego comes in, and it's like, all right, I gotta fight you. But even like fighting is like to me, it's like, yo, we shouldn't do that unless I have to kill you. Like unless you're literally threatening my life.
Yeah, facts.
Well, you know, the one thing that humans try to do is remove the human factor of self.
Yeah,
we try to be gods.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing that we tend to lose sight of is that it's okay to have the emotions.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to express them.
Mm-hmm.
How you handle them, who's to tell you you're wrong?
Mm-hmm.
If I go 45% to be an aggressor towards you and you go 100, who was wrong?
We both were.
Could it be, or was just the fact that we were being
both
human?
Were because we both. I don't think that's human. I think
that's human.
Listen, I think that aggression is not a human nature.
Why isn't it? Aggression is the reason why we're here now.
Yes. So there's this thing called natural. There's what's called testosterone, which is
that's aggression.
Hear me out. Which is the chemical that causes the aggression to come out of you.
Mm-hmm.
But we as human are not aggressive people. Women who have less testosterone can also become aggressive, but are not aggressive people.
Mm-hmm.
We are the aggressor because of trauma. But and trauma in our experiences that pretty much cause us to have outward feeling. So you have those people that's just like, I fucking hate everybody, I'm gonna shoot up the school. That's not aggression, that's trauma. That's making everybody else suffer.
That's I wouldn't call that aggression.
But that's what I mean. Yeah. So by you me becoming at 40, coming with you at 45% of aggression, why am I coming to you with aggression at all?
That's still human.
That's not human.
What is it then?
Because it's taught. Why am I coming to you? And only reason.
What do you mean?
Because the only reason I'm coming to you with aggression is because you're meeting me with aggression.
Yeah, like aggression is a part of our emotion makeup. So that is part of our emotional makeup.
But not
now
because
that's what
I'm saying, but not in interaction.
Because if our aggression is a product of trauma, that is a part of our makeup. And the reason why I say that is because now that trauma has changed our DNA to be aggressive.
Now that part I agree with, but then me being a chef goes to like check what you eat, bro. Because eating flesh will make you aggressive.
Oh, I can believe that.
Versus you ever meet a vegan? They happy as fuck.
Vegans are aggressive as fuck.
Never met a mean vegan.
Well,
I don't know how many vegans.
They're always mean. You know why?
Said you never met a mean vegan. Have you ever ate a burger in front of a vegan?
A real Nah, man, we ain't gonna.
Or you ask them
no, but seriously, like
meat or not?
Vegans are generally happier because they don't have the stress, like energy transfer, and they don't have the stress of that animal. Like
pesticides got them high.
I eat a lot of halal. Halal because
what's halal?
Halal is a technique of murder that Muslims use to kill animals.
What in the hell?
Lando said, "I never met a humble vegan."
Yeah. Facts, I haven't. You're gonna die at 12. Like, wait a minute. But
but I agree with what y'all saying because I always said I'd probably be a fucking pacifist if I didn't grow up where I grew up. Because I don't feel like I'm a naturally a violent person, but I definitely have violent tendencies. Because you're not about to keep fucking with me.
Yeah, you think about when you die,
bro. Because you learn young, like if you let it ride. It's going to happen again.
Yeah. It turns to a snowball.
You got to nip that shit in the butt.
When you dissect anger, even children, like children don't get naturally angry. Like you ever, I don't
frustrated.
Yeah, they get frustrated because they can't do shit, and then they grow up learning that there's more shit that you can't do, and the older that you get, the less shit that you can do, including breathe. Like you lose oxygen levels and shit. But like.
They don't understand how to redirect the frustration.
We don't understand how to direct the frustration.
No. I'm talking about the kids don't.
No, and I'm telling you that kids are pure. They know how to. We don't know how to direct the frustration.
I'm talking about when they're frustrated, kids don't know how to.
They scream, yell, roll down on the ground. Guess what? If you did it, you would probably feel 1,000 times better. And the only reason that you don't is because these motherfuckers would think that you're crazy.
Kids don't feel better when they frustrated from screaming. How? I had 5 of these motherfuckers.
I know. You ever beat a kid? That'd be the best.
No, I haven't.
You ever got beat and then went to sleep? You woke up and forgot about everything that made you
shit. I woke up because it smelled like spaghetti.
Again, that motherfucker got some. I don't know how he grew up, but he got some cathartic ass.
I woke up and went, I am still here.
No,
I thought she sent me on my way.
But that's the other part about life. You carrying yesterday's weight into today. That ain't got nothing to do with today.
I can believe that.
Like
the light,
they well,
it depends because if I don't got my legs because of yesterday, then shit, I'm remember that.
Yeah, exactly. But that's because you got some.
I'm saying if they shut off my lights yesterday and they still off tomorrow, that's gonna have something to do with it.
But at a certain,
I still got to pay that bill.
But even at a certain level of anger, you start to assume responsibility and accountability that the lights are off because nigga, I didn't pay the bill.
Yeah.
Guess why I didn't pay the bill? Because I chose to buy something else. Well, guess whose fault that is? I'm mad as hell at myself.
You know the problem that we have as humans when it comes to dealing with aggression and dealing with frustration and dealing with just emotions, period. It's not that we don't know how to direct it. It's that a lot of times when the only direction we have is to work
or aggression.
Or be abusive.
When you play football?
Yes, I have. I've played pretty much.
What's your coach tell you? Act like you mad.
I ain't never got told that.
I mean, you might not get told that, but like that's the general essence of football and where you place your aggression. Like you hit people.
But see, here's the thing,
idea that you playing this fucking Roman ass sport of strength, like wrestling. I used to wrestle. It's the oldest sport in the country. I mean, the world. The reason for wrestling was to prove that I was stronger than you. And every other sport competition in itself.
You ever hear white hot?
Nah.
So I have white hot. And I learned this. Well, I learned this a long time ago, but I've actually talked to one of my buddies. He's a close friend of mine. He used to be a ranger in the military, and we talked about being white hot. That is having the ability to use your full force without being angry. And that's where I think a lot of people don't understand. When you play sports, you learn that unconsciously.
It's discipline.
You learn how to be full force without being angry. And I think the problem that we have is people that when we see someone angry, we either two things. We either get the fuck out of the way or get angry back. Instead of going, did you have a nap today? Instead of
are you hungry?
Instead of being instead of communicating. But then the person that's angry has to be able to communicate when they're angry.
And that's what I'm talking about. Children we need to take note from children that we teach them how to direct their anger. If you're hungry, you go eat.
Yes.
But also, if nobody feeds you, you scream and yell. Because when you're in, this is just black household. When you're in the house, like when it's time to come eat, some people yell at you, or it goes back to that. You training a child to be a certain type of way. Like you think about a child in a learning environment all the time. Like they're learning reactions and actions all the time. But the simplest, like I said, like the simplest thing that a child does when they're upset, like my son, he's 1. And when I tell him no or push him away from something that he wants to get to, he falls out and he cries. And guess what? That's okay. And for so many years, we've been telling kids, no, that's not okay. Because why? If that happens outside in a grocery store, people are going to think I don't know how to raise my child. People are going to think that, oh, that's wrong. No, that child is expressing himself, and I'm going to let him express himself. Because if that's what he wants to do to express himself, there's boundaries. Don't get me wrong. There's boundaries around that.
I'm about to say, hold up now.
We ain't about to be sitting here all day, but for this 2 minutes that I'm about to allow you to
go ahead and get that out.
Get it out, because guess what? You probably got energy because every day at 2:00, we're usually at the park and you're running around. Today we happen to be at the grocery store. So where did that energy go? It didn't transfer anywhere. You didn't run it out. You didn't play it out, and all that shit you can't do at the grocery store.
Yeah.
So like we really be changing up our kids' environments and not really even thinking that they should just.
Well, that's also. I mean,
like when you think
you can cater to kids, but you can't. And the reason why I say that is because your kids has to understand what adaptability means.
But that's because listen, I get it, but that's an American trained way of thought.
That's around the whole world.
It's not.
Yeah, it is.
Not all the time.
What you mean?
Bro, if you got 3 acres of land and you got a farm and you don't need money for nothing, your whole idea of work is changed.
Well,
you think Jay-Z's kids is worried about going to work?
You also got to understand your kids got to be willing to live that life. No, that's like when the Amish, when they allow them to experience the world for how long they allow them to experience the world when they get of age or some shit.
It's like a year
or something. Mm-hmm. They allow them to make that choice if you coming back or you're not. Mm-hmm. And a lot of that is because just imagine you finally get to experience the world. You go, bro. Oh, that old life wasn't for me.
You ever feed a stray cat?
Have it? No,
I have.
Why?
Because I just never thought about it.
It'll keep coming back.
Who wouldn't? When you're hungry and somebody fed you, why would you come back?
Same thing with the Amish. If this is the only thing I know, you only let me experience something for a year.
A year's a long time.
A year is a long time, but think about how much shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's not really a long time to experience all of this.
Depends because we gotta think because we talking about humans though. We talking about
not enough time.
We talking about the curiosity of a human. We talking about someone that literally can go somewhere and be like, damn,
it's not enough.
This is like, you know what I mean?
But a lot of them don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
a lot of them don't go back.
And that's the other thing. Like, there's also that that defiance mechanism. Like, where I found everything wrong with because there's like to think that they don't play favorites too amongst children, like to think that it's not worse for one Amish person than it is the next Amish person, like to have that thing that doesn't exist in their culture. But like, yeah, when think about us, like, I mean, some of us have, like I said, some of us have a relationship with our parents, some of us don't.
Yeah.
Like some of us lived in mom's house until we was 20, some of us didn't. Like, so I got put out when I was 17. So that changed that. Like, my experience is different than yours. You grew up like it's just different. Like, you're
traumaless.
Yeah, basically. No therapy.
This motherfucker, man.
He got Taraji P and get him a therapist.
He ain't goddamn Pokemon.
The therapist ain't gonna say nothing. He's just gonna be like, all right, what's wrong with this nigga? Nothing.
You're right.
I'm in the night.
Therapist has never, I don't think they have ever took a client and go, oh, you're good. No. They ain't never. They gonna be like, well, hey, we got to unpack this shit.
Yeah, we got to. But yeah, there's a lot. I think there's something to pay attention to kids. Like, kids hold a lot of.
Now, is that why you do a lot? What you do for the hood? Because you believe the future is with them.
Yeah, like, we keep creating this shit for us.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. When we put up a building, did we create that for them or us?
Well, they got to come in at one time. I don't know.
Yeah, but
like, I get what you're saying.
Over time.
Well, like, I mean, as you know,
like this. I think about this, and I think, like, especially Black people, like, I think about this all the time. University of Pittsburgh has a 100-year master plan. The University of Pitt is already 250 years old. How the fuck did you plan for 100 years already?
Well, when you got money, that's not expendable.
It's when you got time.
When and you money.
Don't have to work. Yeah, and money.
Because we talking about the business here.
And that's what I mean. Like,
Carnegie's
for not Black people, but just general development anyway. Like, we ain't building for 100 years. We building for the next 5 to 10.
Well,
maybe.
You know what? Let me ask you this, right?
We building as far as our money.
So let me ask you this. That one? So let me ask you this. And you're running for a political seat, right?
Yep. School board district 1.
School board district 1.
Mm-hmm.
And so would you be able to take that even further into the political world of like mayor or
people? Yeah, people. This is the hoodie. You can cop one. They $50.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'll get one.
All right,
bro. Why would you do that, bro? You just justify all the dickheads that was thinking that.
Nah, I support.
Hey, screen print is an art, man. When I found out all the shit that you got to do to screen print some shit, I was like, yeah, I see why they charge so much.
Yeah.
Because you got to cut out everything. But
Labor's expensive. Man.
yeah, when you can.
Yeah.
I don't know too many politicians who have moved on past school board.
Yeah.
I feel like to take school board, you have to have a different heart because it's a free seat.
Okay.
Like you don't get paid for being on a seat. But it's also one of the in this region, it's one of the most important because they control property taxes. So they can't like go like, yeah, I got to pay 100% now. They can't do that.
Yeah.
There's certain limits and how far they're allowed to raise them and shit like that. But for the most part, like they're some of the most important people. They can stop, halt development. They can't really halt development, but they can like
delay it.
Yeah.
Kind of like how the girl from Penn Hills was embezzling money, stealing it.
Yeah.
So what they did is they just raised taxes
pretty much
in our area.
Yeah, because y'all gotta pay for that. Like this thing, like when the police kill somebody or has to pay somebody out, we just keep paying bonds or putting bonds in and taking bonds out. Like it's not our money. We just keep, the city's broke. Not broke, but that's what their union is for or whatever. So school board, so I would like to take it further. I feel like school board is not really where I feel like I can make a great change in school board, and I will and I want to.
Yeah.
I want to and I will. But I feel like, that it's for me, it's a place for me to get my feet wet. I feel like there's, I sit on a couple of different councils and boards now. And I'm very, very vocal about the shit that I'm passionate about. And there's two things that I can honestly say that I give a fuck about, and that's food and kids. Kid and food.
So how you feel about the school situation with the food?
Oh, it's trash. I think they've done a little bit better, but it's trash.
Thanks, Michelle Obama.
I think that, in a perfect world, every school has a chef, and he changes the menu on a week based off his students. Like that's how I cook at home.
Yeah.
Like I mean, yeah, there's food in the house. Like we got this at home. Like, but when I'm cooking a meal, like that's. I mean, like you said, the love that goes into that, and kids need to feel that love. Like they don't need to feel some shit that just came out of a toaster oven.
So can I get on the school board?
You can run, but it depends on where you live.
Can I walk? Running, I'll be winded.
You can definitely walk. I don't know if you'll get on though.
Yeah.
I'll say that, like I said, because it's a position where not a lot of people know about school board. Most when you go vote, Democrat, and a lot of people don't vote in primaries. Like that's another.
They rather fight against Trump and Biden as opposed to every 2 years.
Yeah, so it's like in this long battle, we need to take hold of these 2-year offices and these 1-year, 4-year offices to try to like push the agenda. Like one of the things that I'm really working on is connecting with Philadelphia, because Philadelphia is like it's the black mecca of Pennsylvania. Yeah. And Pennsylvania swung the vote for the Biden-Trump, but Philadelphia did that shit. And Pittsburgh got to give it up to Philadelphia because they black as fuck.
So do you think we should be campaigning more for the 2 years as opposed to the 4 years?
I think you should be campaigning for whatever the fuck is going to get these racist-ass people out of office.
No, but I mean, that's kind of what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is like, why do we put more emphasis on the 4 years than the 2
because,
years?
I mean, it's a longer term for sure, but I feel like even over like I'm not a big fan of 4 years because I mean, well, I am because for 4 years a lot of shit can happen. Like you think about the last 4 years that Bill Peduto was fucking mayor. Like that nigga done seen Antoine Rose case, the George Floyd riots, to like a lot of shit. Like he probably stressed the fuck out as mayor right now. And I would be like I wouldn't as mayor. That's why I'm not running. Like I wouldn't run for mayor.
Down,
like, yeah, then everything you dealing with a pandemic, and then nigga, like everybody fucking hates you because you're the mayor. I don't know if I could deal with that shit. Niggas went to his crib, bro. I'm like, I don't know if I could deal with this shit. Let's talk about Marita Garrett. Like niggas, like let's think about what these people go through in these positions. It's like, yeah, I don't know if I could deal with that for 4 years. I'll take 2-year seat. The seat I'm actually running for is for 4 years. But I think that there's also like things take time to curate, and when you keep changing administrations, you tend to stop progress.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what Pittsburgh is kind of battling now with the Gainey and Peduto race. I'm for Gainey. I'm for everybody black, but I do think that let's. I'm gonna just say this: we have to hold black people. It's easier to hold a black person accountable than it is a white person.
Why you say that?
Because we know how to get to people like niggas. Like, I mean, I don't care if you mixed or not. I know how to get to your soul. Whether I rip on you, talk about you, cancel you, whatever. It's real. It's easy to get. It's easy. It's just easy. We come from the same cloth. White person, they call the cops. Now I gotta fight 5 of y'all motherfuckers, and y'all got guns. Like that's different. Like black people, we ain't gonna call the cops. So I think that is smart to say that.
I will.
You don't identify as black, though.
I don't.
I think. Wow.
So we're not talking about you.
What are you, yellow?
I'm myself.
Okay,
here we go.
How does? All right, never mind.
Yeah.
I think that it's important for especially black people, black Pittsburgh, to understand that we get a black mayor. I mean, we have to hold him accountable. Like in all respect, like I think he's the best thing that is going to happen for the city. But we can't if some shit happen, we can't not hit the streets because we got a black mayor.
What do you?
It's even easier because we know where he lived. Like we went to cookouts.
Kind of how like Obama got
not
put
saying
in.
it like that, but like
and just people just slacked.
Yeah,
well, let me ask this though: do you feel as if every neighborhood, like our neighborhoods, need to have leaders again?
Yeah,
but I'm talking about when I say leaders, I ain't talking about someone that's like
Tamika Mallory, or my son, like Tamika Mallory, my son, all the news up and coming. So-called social
and when I say that,
leaders.
I'm talking about people that are literally part of this neighborhood though. Like if this person was going to be the forefront, like for instance, somebody was going to be the forefront speaker for the North Side, this person would need to be attached to it. Like this individual, if he goes there, the neighborhoods know him.
He should at least live there.
But you know what I'm saying though. But I'm talking about like the neighborhoods
I don't think
know
you should
him.
be from there. Like I'm not from Homewood.
But I
rep Homewood to the day I die. And it's not like
when I say from there, I'm talking about like everybody know you from there.
Yeah.
Compared to you just being in there, like it's harder. There's a different attachment to you being from there and you just being there.
I mean, I would say that's myself.
Kind of like cops.
That I would say like that's myself.
Like
I know
cops.
what you mean.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like myself. Like, bro, I've literally fed a lot of neighborhoods in the city for free. And I don't give a fuck who, like, personally, who's going to stop me about, like, I'm going to feed them. I went up Northview in a U-Haul. Like, yo, what's up? I'm not from Northview.
Yeah.
I went up on the hill with a U-Haul. What's up? I'm not from the hill. I went to Rankin. What's up? I'm not from Rankin. Give a fuck. It don't matter where I'm from if I come in to help you.
Yeah.
Like,
it shouldn't.
No, because I think Pittsburgh.
Have you ever met resistance with that, though?
Not really. Most people are surprised because they're not used to it.
Or they're hungry.
But shit, are they hungry? And that's really what it is. But like even down, like bro, I shit you not. The whole crackhead, like I had a crackhead in Atlanta take me to find some weed. Seen him in front of my hotel, asked me, bro, I ain't got no change. I only got cash. It's like, bro, you know where some bud is? It's like, yeah, it's a long walk there. We walked, bro. I had one of the best conversations with. I can't say he's a crackhead. I'm gonna stop using that term, but a homeless person, like, and I don't even know if he was homeless. I just know he looked bad. He looked like
all right. Cause I'm about to say that might not have been weed.
So, but no, he took
X gonna give it to you.
He took me to the. I mean, he took me over by this
too
club.
Soon, bro.
This club.
Wow,
shit, that was too soon, and I didn't even hear the story. Bro. But like he took me and he was cool, but just the conversation and him telling me about what Atlanta used to be, and it's just like, wow. Somebody probably walked past this dude 3, 4, or 5 times a day and they even give a fuck to ask me for a conversation. So he got my shit, went to the gas station. It's like, can you get me I was like, yeah, bro, I can get you a 6-pack and a pack of cigarettes. You can get a beer and a pack of cigarettes.
That conversation wasn't that fucking good.
You got the game fucked up, bro. But I told him like, yo, if you see me tomorrow coming out the hotel, meet me for lunch. And it's like that type of, like, he don't know me. I don't know him, but we both had something to offer to somebody. And he told me straight, like, oh, I'm about to. I walked out the gas station. He got his shit. He's like, all right, I'm about to grab me a 10-sack and sit right here. And it was when I walked past, it was somebody else with a crack pipe lighting it up. And I thought that I saw that when I first walked past. I was minding my business. I got a clear access. I was like, oh, this is what y'all do out here on these Atlanta streets. But like just the essence, like even like the over policing here, like we are severely over policed.
Hold on, I got a question. So at what point in time do you think that black people started fearing each other and being more aggressive towards each other?
I think it's when white people started putting those divisions in between us. Like there's that division of the north, like because you're from the hill, you can't say Neffs because you don't know who Neffs was.
They did that?
I'm not saying that they did, but that divisive nature is what they did. Like separating, like the fact that we live in a 2.2 mile city. I don't know how big it is. I'm just saying, and we have 90 neighborhoods, bro. The county doesn't even have. I mean, it does. The county itself has 52.
Yeah,
boroughs. We have 150 police jurisdictions. Jesus over 150. We have 44 school boards.
Jesus Christ.
For what, nigga? You live down the street. like real shit. Wilkinsburg and Homewood. Why are we beefing? Why are y'all not the city?
St. Clair and Belsuit.
Mount fucking Oliver. Why is that a separate? It sits right. You can't go through Mount Oliver without going through the city of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Willie Lynch letter, whether you believe it or not, that shit got some truth to it.
It got a lot of truth to it. Divisiveness has been key. And the different ways that they find it divisive, even the LGBTQA movement, because I've known gay people all my life. I ain't never had a problem with it. Now all of a sudden, because some Johnny's son decided to be gay because he saw some black dude being gay, it's a problem, and now we need to make laws against it. Same thing with abortion.
That happened?
What?
About the gay stuff like that?
No, but I'm sure. I'm sure.
Like, damn, that's fucked up.
Listen, I say all this shit with the assumption that black people are the original men. So when it really comes down to whatever it is, sexual orientation,
with all this,
we created it.
What it all comes down to is like these issues have always existed in, let's say underperforming neighborhoods. Let's put it in that terminology. These problems has always existed. Drug problems, problems with homosexuality, problems with all these things that people identify as problems now. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, it was never this big of an issue until the colonizers latched onto it.
Here you go.
I'm just saying. Crack was a
no. Y'all be telling me to shut the fuck up. I be saying my shit.
Because crack was a crime, but opioid is a health issue.
It's an epidemic.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's a I mean, it's a mental health issue. They need to go to the doctor, not jail. Jail won't help you if you addicted to
crack cocaine.
Kind of like now.
No. Crack. You still going to jail.
Percocets.
Yeah, perks. If you even what is it? That shit going on. It's
fentanyl.
Yeah, all that shit they make in a lab.
Like sativa.
Oh yeah, all that weird shit that
makes sativa.
Not sativa. I can't remember what the fuck is. K2. My bad.
Yeah, that shit.
Yeah, but all that shit, that's a health issue that they need to. Yeah, I mean, they need to get these people help because prison won't help.
What is it? Opioids become a fucking epidemic. Like niggas been taking opioids since they landed over here. Y'all see the new Roots movie? Sis was on opioids sniffing that.
We needed a new Roots movie.
It's a little better. I mean,
I didn't see it.
Why
I ain't gonna say
slavery? Slavery doesn't need any more pictures. I don't
know. This actually depicts, like, it shows literally like how black people have defied each other throughout the process of slavery.
Well, like wait a minute.
The new one.
Wait a minute.
It gives you an accurate description.
They changed Roots to us being against us instead of what it was.
Let's be honest with
Harriet Tubman story?
Let's be completely honest with you. It has been us against us from the moment that we even got on the fucking slave ships, because we gotta blame some of our brothers and sisters for selling us anyway. I'm sorry that we got to do it, but accountability needs to be in the room.
Man, Samusa. Didn't I get yelled at for that shit? Oh, I got footage on that. I'm gonna go back.
I think I'm not going to say that we're not that we cannot blame ourselves for slavery. We will not. I refuse to allow it. But accountability and blaming yourself are two different things.
What I asked was they changed their perspective of what roots was for us.
Slave but unite.
It's not Alex Haley. It's not Alex Haley's original. But I don't think I've ever seen like actually watched the whole old roots in it either.
Really?
Yeah,
because
it's too long. I just watched Titanic like last year.
Oh shit.
Because
fuck that movie.
We got this, all right. Say we talk about accountability, and say we are talking about we do have people along our lineage that did sell us to the colonizers or whatever you want to call them. The one thing that we have to keep in mind at all times about slavery in America, if we want to just be broad and say slavery, then we could do that. But let's be realistic. There's different forms of slavery. When we talk about the Americanized version of slavery, it was a lot different than the worldwide leading world of slavery.
Absolutely.
So when they created slavery over here, the very intention of it was for money. It was never about the land. It was never about making the country or the economy better in the standpoint of we're creating a free world. It was never, and that was never the intention. We downplay, as Black people, we downplay American slavery, and we throw this little jab at each other saying like, oh, we did this and we didn't do that. Yeah, we did that, but let's understand what American slavery is. Like American slavery
was one of the most brutal slaveries.
Was very brutal for anyone enslaved. Now, when people want to talk about slavery across the world's stage, people seem to forget that a lot of slavery in other places wasn't based on race. It was based on economics. It was based on you're poor, I'm rich,
or you lost the war.
Or you lost the war, but that's a prisoner.
The whole idea of race is even an American thing, because you go somewhere else, they ask you what nationality you are. They don't give a fuck with race.
Well, they do deal with racism, but their nationality is the forefront of who they are. So they be like, hey, I'm Jamaican because I'm from Jamaica. That's what I am. Or if I'm French, or if I'm African, Spanish. Or if I'm, you know what I'm saying? That's their forefront. But what I'm saying is we over here as Black people, we tried to do this thing where we pacify our history over here. And that's a big ass problem with me. We try to be like, oh, I don't want to be the defender of slavery, but this is the reality. Yeah, you threw in a little tidbit of 2 years. You didn't throw in the generational cycle of this is why we're like this over here. And we're avoiding, if we want to talk about accountability on the American slave tradition, the accountability needs to be had with the people that still follow the rules and regulations and still have those faith and beliefs. And they are in position to express and cause racism. Because racism now, the terminology now is to have the power to change someone's future.
That's the new terminology.
Yes, that is the new terminology. Racism is to have the ability to alter one's future. That's, for instance, redlining.
Did Webster come up with that?
I don't know. It's
I still
because they separated racism and prejudice. Because prejudice and racism had the blurred line back in the day.
To be racist originally meant to hate amongst your own race. Prejudice means to hate another person because of their race. That was the old Webster, then it changed. To
be prejudiced isn't race-based.
No, but what I'm saying is racist back in the days originally meant to hate amongst your own race. It got transformed through the years.
Oh, okay.
I thought racism was the oppression of a greater population to one of a lesser.
That's what it got changed to. But I can look it up.
Listen.
So when I hear people talk about, the Africans did what they did, that's cool. I understand. We could do that. But we're also talking about a time period where they exchanged shiny things for people. Where they also, if you didn't abide by them, they killed the people that didn't abide by them.
And I think that what we've constantly been doing, because I also hear this, like the whole men and women argument, like, women this, that, and the third, and men this, that, and the third. And I'm thinking like, women used to be okay with just being at home, and and then there's always like, well, was she okay? And she just didn't say anything. And I think like, well, yeah, she was, because as strong as y'all are, y'all would have said something.
I'm not allowed to talk about women.
No,
but
let me go.
That's because he's terrible.
But like
we all know that. Well, the specific the moment that changed was, I believe, World War II.
Yeah,
when
all the men went to
when all the men went to war and the women had to work,
but
they had to make the bullets, and then when
with the
so then once the men got home, that's when they were like, well, fuck, I don't want to be home now. I got to have a job. I don't want to fucking go back to just being a housewife.
I got told to shut up when I said
everything has changed.
That's because you ain't say it like that, you goof troop.
No, you just come with as much disrespect as you possibly can. You choose violence every time.
5 minutes, and I can.
I mean, disrespect is subjective.
Stop it.
No, I hear you. I hear you, but I choose to feel like that was disrespectful. So eat a dick.
That's what I mean. It's subjective.
And I'm okay with you saying that. And I've chosen to believe that you choose disrespect. So eat a dick.
Okay, racism is a belief that one race is superior to the other. That's the short form. Or the practice of treating a person or group of people differently on the basis of their race. An example of racism is believing that Caucasians are superior to African Americans.
Why they gotta use that one? Why
because that's the biggest one.
No, I mean, but there's
that's the biggest one.
Now we got stop Asian hate. Why they have to put the African American?
I'm out. I can't talk.
I'm just I can't wrap my head around the stop Asian hate thing.
What do you mean?
The scenario in which that guy went into that shop and started killing Asians had nothing to do with the fact that we were Asian.
No, it was him not handling his sexual frustration.
Exactly.
Well,
so
no, I hear what you're saying, but
come on, bro.
No, fuck.
Well, no, he chose that.
Yeah, he chose that shot.
But I feel like they also just happen to be Asian.
Yeah. Well,
I feel like
you can say the same thing about
now. When we think about
prostitution,
prostitution and sex trafficking, who's doing it the most? Asians and black women.
No, white women
and Hispanics. White women are not anymore. Not anymore. Fucking what's her name? Not Hillary Clinton. her sis, Monica Lewinsky, relieved us of that of all. White women were no longer being prostitution and soliciting, except inside of strip clubs.
What happened?
What?
What?
Like, man, I'm just saying. I'm being really childish.
Okay, because if we talking about sex work, you gotta look hard to find.
No, but I really think,
bro, I'm not having it. He chose Asians. He went there with that intent.
But I don't think it was solely about them being Asian. I think
I'll put it like this.
I'll put it like this. Been white, and he would have.
His description of why he did it wasn't racist. Why he said he didn't do it.
I don't give a fuck what he
now
said.
Subconsciously.
No, not even that. I feel like it was a conscious choice. There's nothing you could tell. He can say whatever the fuck. Oh, I was horny. I shot him up. I don't give a fuck about none of that, bro. Because every time something happens, they always dumb it. Anytime
that's true.
Anytime, true. Look, I'm coming to it like this. Anytime something happens to a bunch of black people, the spin is always it wasn't because they're black, but how do we feel at the end of the day? Mm-hmm. It's because they were fucking black. So I'm gonna keep that same energy when it comes to those Asians.
That's true because I definitely have done some shit because I saw somebody was white.
So.
Like
I'm keeping that.
Let me ask you this.
We were at a protest one time, and this lady was like, "Oh, that's how you speak to me that's how you speak to women in front of your daughter." And I was like,
I speak to white bitches. Nah,
but that was and it's wrong as it is. Like that was my
we about
response.
to be canceled to the motherfucker.
I heard you.
No,
but what was your question? What was your question?
But I say that.
Yeah.
Like,
you taking that accountability. You realized what the situation was,
and I felt like
you realized the situation.
So do we feel that way when not to say it like this, but when school shootings happen?
What do you mean?
Like when an all white school gets shot up, do we feel as if that they got shot because they were white?
No, I feel like they was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
I
mean,
does that fall up?
School shootings don't happen in black neighborhoods, so I can't relate. I feel like if Johnny didn't decide, y'all didn't make Johnny
hold on.
That
wait a minute, real quick, because does that fall under the category of white on white crime?
Yes. I mean,
how can it be considered a hate crime?
Because they're white.
But so is he.
Yeah, but hate crime is based off of,
and that's what I'm saying.
Hate crimes aren't necessarily based off of nationality, or I mean, they're not.
Yeah, it can be based off. It could be based off a bunch of features. But when it comes to these types of mass shootings, I think all right, let's have this as a situation. When dude in Vegas, I believe, shut up that country concert.
Yeah, I don't know because I was actually supposed to be there for that.
I hate country. So,
damn,
it would have been.
I was actually supposed to. We was actually supposed to be in Vegas that weekend.
But I think
older white man, well off, and he shot up. But the thing is, he just happened to do the shooting that day because they said he was going to shoot.
He came in there like the day before or something.
No, he came. That was like the third time he came.
Yeah,
because he came. There was like a rap concert before that, and I think there was like a pop concert after that.
Yeah,
and it just that he just so happened to do the shooting during the country concert.
What you saying that I do think we need more definitions on these hate crimes, and I think that'll help black people a long way.
My thing,
because a lot of these hate crimes, like a lot of times we don't get hate crimes because a person's not going to openly say I killed you because you're black.
And I just believe in keeping that same energy, bro.
Hate crime is a prejudice motivated crime which occurs when we skipped that. Targets a victim because of their membership in a certain social group or race. That's a short version. I'm not reading all that. Yeah, but my thing is, I'm gonna keep the same energy because if I feel like a group
of people any kind of way.
First of all, hey, I would like to express on this channel that we are not racist. We are not prejudiced.
I'm not racist. You ain't even
no, because Lando would take guns away from white men. I don't.
Bro, why? Don't even read it. The people listening didn't see that.
I understand that, but I need people to understand that this is a form of you are allowed to speak whatever you want.
Yeah. And like I said, my whole thing is keep the same energy, bro.
Yeah.
Because if I
man, fuck the Asians.
That's the shit I be talking.
All they did was lower the population of cats.
Listen,
I don't know.
I like cats.
No, because I believe in.
Pregnant.
No, I thought
it was a boy.
Did the Asian person move in?
No,
bro, shut the fuck up. I'm about to smack the shit out of him. Yeah.
Why does my house smell like General Stoves?
But my thing is, I definitely believe in keeping the same energy. Like, because if I'm in a conversation or a situation, and I tell somebody, "Hey, yo, that's offensive," and they argue with me, I'm like, "Bro, how you gonna argue with me about what I'm offended by?" So if somebody tells me, if I'm conversating with somebody and they tell me, "Oh, yo, that's offensive," and I go, "Shit, I didn't know." That's all I can say. I have no choice but to believe you because I'm not you. I don't know what your rules are. I don't know how y'all live. I don't know how y'all grew up. Just like you don't know about mine. So if I'm told this is offensive, I have no choice but to run with it. Now, if I have a conversation with somebody else and they happen to be of that background, I go, "Damn, I didn't know this," and they go, "Oh, that he's just a bitch."
Does that make
and I go, "Oh, well, damn. Now I got to get a third party opinion."
That's usually how it is.
Because I've been in conversations with like LGBT people, and I know everybody lives in a bubble, whether you believe it or not. There's a whole lot of shit that you are just unaware of. So when I have conversations with people and they tell me something, I go, they're like, "Oh, well, there's been a whole bunch of killings of transgenders this last year," and I'm like, "I ain't heard shit about none of that." And they bring up article after article and after article. I have no choice, even without them giving me all that extra information. I have no choice but go, "Damn, that's fucked up."
Is that
you don't even gotta show me the proof. I'm gonna believe you because
I mean,
why
is that them searching to prove their point?
No, but I think it's
But when you live in
it goes to show how many people are murdered.
What? No, my thing is everybody's internet is an echo chamber.
Yeah,
you're going to get the information that you look for.
Yes,
and and that information that you look for is going to start coming to you without you looking for it.
But that's what I mean. So people are searching for a way to prove their point.
What?
If it's happening, there ain't no point.
I think he does. I know where he's going with this, and I agree. Like people search, like, oh, it's like saying like all watermelons are blue.
If that's the
case,
they're
not. It says it here. Let me find it. And I got an article on the internet that says
if that's
blue.
the motherfucking case, that means black people need to get out their fucking feelings if you're gonna deal with white people.
Facts. But I feel like we also need to stay. I think we need to express our feelings when we're dealing with black people. We need to stop dealing with our feelings with white people because they don't give a fuck. If they ain't gonna teach you right, they ain't gonna treat you right.
A lot of them do.
There we go.
They ain't gonna treat you right. They ain't gonna teach you right.
Man, that's a myth. A lot of there's good and bad people.
I feel like integration was the worst thing that we ever did.
That's a fact. That's a cold fact.
Over. Abraham Lincoln said it himself. The mindset of
slavery
will always be right before he signed the Declaration.
Put like this. Integration was very. It had its perks and it had its. What they call
integration. Got me my beautiful white woman.
How mad little sis was probably mad. She had to go in that white ass school. Like, what was her choice? Well, did she want to, or was that something
they wanted to symbolize her?
Here's the thing, dog. Here's the thing, dog. You gotta understand what they was fighting for back then. They was fighting for integration, but that was for them to have the same quality of life.
And that's what I'm saying.
Quality of life.
Somewhere
we're taking it away what they fought for now.
I think somewhere. They made up the word integration, and we were talking about equality.
Hold on,
and they thought equality was integration.
So when we're talking about the quality of it, we're talking about like, hey, me and you read out of the same books. Mm-hmm. That's what that was about. Mm-hmm. We're not talking about like, oh my God.
But I feel like
we're not talking about a black.
There were multiple levels of that because at the same time, like we're fighting for. You brought up the books, so it's like this. Why didn't we make our own books? Well, because we also weren't getting access to the printing presses.
And that's why integration was needed. Because if you, how we going? What? Okay. So we can be mad. No. So we can get mad. We can get mad that they don't want to sell us books, but we can't make them because we can't get the product.
Man, we figured so much shit out before since then.
And guess what they're going to do?
What?
I go ahead and buy that land. You going to act like these people don't do this shit.
I think that's where innovation.
They do that. This is what they do. This is what people that have any power in the world do. But hey, I like that idea. I'm going to take credit for that because I bought it.
That also goes to say that, like I said, mind your fucking, like I keep saying the same things, like mind your business. When you mind your business and stay over here and you ain't worried about what they doing, trying to get the next, trying to.
A lot of time when you mind your business, you tend to stay in.
Yeah, but I don't.
But sometimes when you mind my business,
you talk all that.
Know me before I walked in.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but you can't boil that down to something being so simple because you can say, all right, mind your business, but if your daughter needs a fucking has appendicitis. And you can't go to the hospital over there because you're not allowed in that hospital. And the only hospital you're allowed in has a fucking bed in the middle of a room with a fucking rusty knife. And that doctor couldn't get the books. So he just know from his experience of experimenting on dead people.
Why did she get an appendicitis? I'm a root person.
Why did she appendicitis?
Yeah, why did she get it?
She had a ruptured appendix. That shit just happened.
You talking to a chef? Why did she get it?
What?
Yes.
Exactly. Like, there's no reason for me to even need the fucking hospital in the first place.
So you're saying if you eat well, you will never need a hospital?
Yeah, kind of.
That's
all right. So children will never do something. They will never break a bone. They will never fall. They will never get injured. They will never have anything happen. A child will never pick something up.
You want to know what the hospital did for me when I broke my arm? When I broke my collarbone?
Go ahead and tell me.
They gave me a sling, bro, for 6 weeks. You know what a sling is? It's a t-shirt that I could have wrapped around my arm.
But did you know to do that before you went to the hospital? Did you already knew that? So why'd you go to the hospital? But you had all the information. Why'd you go to the hospital?
Well, I was a child, so
so you didn't have the information.
So
you didn't know to just wrap a fucking shirt around it.
So I did wrap the shirt around it, and my mom made me go to the hospital, and that's what I mean. Like we be influencing our kids to do shit
Oh, so as a child, you had the answers.
Some of them.
No.
I feel like Kanye moment.
No. As a child,
you had the answer, Sway.
You had the answers.
Some of them, yeah.
So see now you're being way too vague. So you're being way too dismissive.
But I'm also saying that a lot of our situations are self-inflicted.
I get that. But it doesn't mean you don't need knowledge and information. And it doesn't mean you won't have access. But they were keeping knowledge and information away.
There's also too much
and they were giving you false information.
But there's also too much.
AKA history. AKA America's bigger than every state.
He's being petty.
What the fuck do you need to know the history of the country for to keep moving?
That's what I'm
that's what he was saying.
You're a light-skinned version of me, nigga.
That's what he was saying. All right, cool. No, that's what he was saying.
He just do a imaginary fist bump 2 feet away.
Oh yeah. I'm not talking about history. I don't give a.
But I'm saying like we consume ourselves with like. All right, so
Lando said black people manage their own business and still got Black Wall Street destroyed.
Listen. This is me. This is me coming down to a
say no. Hold on. What you gonna say?
They were pussies.
They fought. This is immediately. They met them at the gates. They had to call the National Guard in.
Listen,
the army literally fought them. How are they pussies, bro? Explain that.
Listen. If I told you that you could put listen,
I think I gotta go home, bro.
If I told you that you could put a steak in a mason jar with some apple cider vinegar, close it up, and never open it, and eat it in a week, would you believe me?
Would I believe you?
Real question. He knows where I'm going with this. Yes.
I don't.
Would you eat the steak that I left in a mason jar on the counter in apple cider vinegar for a week?
No.
I don't like the taste of apple cider vinegar.
So why would it? Okay. Well, fuck. What do you eat?
Chicken.
You eat chicken?
Yeah. Let's go with chicken.
So if you left chicken in apple cider vinegar if I left chicken and told you to eat it, would you eat it?
Fact, Sean. He be pushing.
No.
Why?
Like, would I eat it raw? Or would I cook it?
All right, so let's stop. Would you eat it?
This is my question.
Would you eat it? Yes or no?
What I would cook it, yes.
Why would you cook it?
Because I wouldn't eat raw chicken.
So who told you it was raw?
I just said I would cook it.
So if it was in the refrigerator, would you eat it?
In apple cider vinegar?
Yeah.
I would cook it.
Out some apple cider vinegar and start cooking it. So the reason why I asked you that is because the method of refrigeration is an accessory.
Okay.
However, we need it in today's society because of what we have. Approximately 75 to maybe 100 years ago, there was no such thing as refrigeration.
Mm-hmm.
So they used to put stuff in vinegar and acids and oils to preserve it. So that chicken that I let sit on the counter it's cooked already because the acid cooked it. Mm-hmm. And all I'm saying is that you consumed yourself with all of these accessories that you think that you need, that you forget about the simplicity of what you don't need. Like that washer and dryer over there. Mm-hmm. You can go out back and wash it. Is it time? Yeah. And why don't you have the time? Because you got to go to work. Why did you have to go to work? Because society said you got to pay rent. Why did society say I got to pay rent? Because somebody else owns your land. Why does somebody else own your land? And when the simple basis of it comes down to is racism, capitalism, colonialism, all these different things. But all these things that we think that we need, we don't. You need food, shelter, and water.
Oh yeah, I understand
America
that.
Got you fucked up.
No, no, I understand all that. I understand all the basics. I understand that, but I'm not going to dismiss the fight that happened beforehand.
Yeah, I'm not saying dismiss it. I'm saying acknowledge it and move the fuck on.
Okay, and that's not what you were doing. Y'all were dismissing it.
Dismissing what?
Dismissing what happened, what our past was.
He knows what we're talking about anymore.
I know exactly what we're talking about. Just because you attempted to change the subject several times to prove your point doesn't mean I forgot what the point was.
Okay, real valid.
No. Oh yeah, because I'm going to say what I'm going to say, and I'm going to try to clarify it so you understand it. Just because you kept changing the subject so you can try to prove a point that you forgot you were trying to prove doesn't mean I forgot we were talking about segregation.
Now see,
Just because we were talking about segregation and you ended on fucking vinegar chicken doesn't mean we weren't talking about segregation.
This is when
you changed the subject.
So all right. So let's go back. So you will go.
And like I said, I agreed with you.
Let's go to the history.
Segregation was fucked up.
Let's go to history because I love history.
All right.
So let's go back to what's called the Caucasus Mountains.
Yes.
You know about them? Mm-hmm. Caucasian people, Caucasus Mountains.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's kind of one of our brothers and sisters went up into the mountains. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying is accountability. These white people ain't too much different. They just the most evil part of us.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Y'all be saying some crazy shit.
No, I hear what he's saying, but
white people are really just black people without a soul.
Jesus Christ!
I just think they're climate change.
Anytime you can walk anytime you can walk into an environment and just start shooting with no regard. I've only seen black people do that when their life is in danger.
In drive-bys.
But that's because somebody did something to you. These white people ain't do shit but go to school with you, bro.
And got bullied.
I think you forgot you were talking about accountability.
Sorry. We are talking about accountability.
So black people don't kill people for no reason?
Not on the mass. Nah. We don't walk in schools and just start shoot. No, we don't.
I mean,
we might ride up on the block and shoot Ray Ray in them, but we ain't rocking up in those schools. When has a black person killed somebody?
It happened in Carrick.
In mass? A black person?
His aim wasn't that good.
His aim wasn't that good.
All right, so he had a target. These white people just be walking in schools and holding the whole school hostage, bro. So it's not the same.
So what's the difference between 13 kids down in the school and we'll say 7 people died in the hood in one day? Or better yet, what Chicago.
I'd like to clarify that we are not racist.
Yeah, no.
There's intent. Like, I'm not saying that there's not intention behind white people murder and death. But the real intention be like, bro, you're white. The real understanding, like, bro, you're white. Even if these people bullied you, look at fucking Bill Gates.
So what's the difference?
People bullied him his entire life. He didn't start blowing up schools and shit.
Damn, you sound like white people when they say, look at Will Smith. He grew up in the hood. I'm out. I'm just saying, bro.
So what's the difference between
keep that same energy?
I am, man.
At all times.
Accountability is, but also, like I said,
and I get what you're saying. I'm just playing the devil's advocate right now.
Understanding that black people are the original man. Like, let's be real,
bro. I hear people say that all the time, but I wasn't there, bro.
We created all these fucking issues. Shut the fuck up. We created capitalism. We created because there's black. What do you think? Black capitalists ain't just becoming a thing.
So it should be acceptable to call black people monkeys then.
It should be what?
Acceptable to call black.
All right, we've run out of time today, y'all.
Wait, no,
bro, we're at 2 hours and 40 minutes. We've been ran out of time. I was just letting y'all niggas talk.
Hold on, man. We got let's get the outro going on. Hey, this is the Willis.
It's your boy Cage.
And we got a guest, Los, in the building.
Just say shit.
Hold on. Send your handles out.
Yo, you can follow me. Just Google Carlos A. Thomas Pittsburgh. But you can literally follow me on Just Say Chef, hashtag Feed the Hood. I use hashtags and Just Say Chef on everything. I'm also running for school board district 1. Vote for me, Carlos Thomas for D1. And if you don't vote for me, make sure you vote for somebody on May 18th. Like, there's this real stigma about people under age of 30 don't vote in primaries or don't vote at all. So let's get out and rock these polls. Let's get Gamey in the office. Let's just change the fucking narrative, bro.
Appreciate it.
Oh, wait, hold on, George. One more thing.
Hey, just in case, what the fuck you about to say?
I love you, bro.
Hey, just in case y'all didn't forgot or y'all wasn't paying attention, Mr. Say.